Hello and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. We are now in 5 minutes away from kick-off at the London Stadium as it's West Ham United against Leicester City. Potter's team against a team that wanted Potter. Gonzo, let's just dive straight into it. It's an unchanged 11 for West Ham tonight. What do you make of it?
I think he was probably going to change Souček, and he realised it was his birthday, so he didn't do it. He didn't want to be nasty on Souček's birthday, so he's left him in there. I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind. I think we can win this. I think we can win it. I think we should win it. Ultimately, I just want to win the game, Gio. So I'm just not overly concerned by the lineup. I think, I would have had it slightly differently. I would have played a striker there, but no one deserves to be dropped. I think probably the worst mark that we gave was Areola against Arsenal, and that's because he had naffle to do, basically. So nobody in that outfield probably deserves to be dropped. I can understand why you would want to keep it 3 at the back as well. That just looks a lot better for us at the moment. I just think it would have been hard to say to anyone, you're dropped, particularly the birthday boy, Souček. I don't mind at all. Still looking forward to it. I'm sure we'll play more on the front foot than we did against Arsenal. The personnel might be the same. I'm quite sure the intent will be quite different.
Let me just double check. Yeah, it is an unchanged 11. You know the graphic that was on your screen. That's a predicted 11 from Opta, and they predicted that Carlos Sola would start. But I've switched it to the stats, so you can't see the incorrect lineup. The correct lineup is scrolling along the bottom of your screen. But for those that haven't seen it or are unaware, in goal is the other birthday boy, Alphonse Areola. It's his birthday as well. Back three of Tadibo, Kilman and Creswell, Wan-Bissaka on the right. Then we've got birthday boy Souček in midfield with Alvarez and Ward-Prowse. Scarl's left wing back. And then we've got Mohamed Kudus and Jared Bowen up front. I'll be honest with you, Gonzo. I am a bit disappointed that Ferguson's not starting, to be honest with you. I was looking forward to seeing him play. I was hoping... Listen, we can still play a different way compared to how we played against Arsenal. We can be further up the pitch. We could be a lot more attacking. It'd be interesting to see what he does with midfield. Does he move Souček further up the pitch and get closer to Bowen and Kudus? How is he going to adapt the starting 11 that faced Arsenal into an 11 to face Leicester City? How can we control the game more? We're going to have more possession. So what's the game plan? So I am intrigued. But like I said, I'm a bit disappointed that Ferguson hasn't started because I feel like he's on trial a little bit. Are you worth 50 million? That's the big question. And at the minute, we don't know because we've not seen him. Well, we don't. We don't. No. When we're going to see him? I get what you're saying. Which is they all deserve to start, and they do. None of them deserve to be dropped. But I don't know. I just feel like you've got to be quite ruthless sometimes. It's not to say that the next game against Newcastle, you don't then revert back to the 11 you started against Arsenal. Horses for courses a little bit, and I just feel like Ferguson would perhaps be better suited by this one. But you never know. We might go on, win convincingly. Bowen and Kudus both get a goal. Happy days.
Well, I did say a couple of days ago when we did our preview that I wouldn't throw the baby out with the bathwater in terms of formation or personnel because I felt very much with Newcastle would be needed to do the same thing. It's hard to know what to do against Everton, but we'll just go with Newcastle for now. So I sort of do get it. So if he sort of had in his mind, I want to play this way against Arsenal and I want to play this way against Newcastle, I can sort of understand him thinking, do you know what? I'll just keep him in for Leicester. We'll pick up the win because I think we will pick up the win, and they should be a little more better drilled in whatever it is he's going to instruct them to do. Which I do think there'll be nuances. I do think there'll be slight differences.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was me being pernickety, I think there's a lack of creativity centrally. Well, there is. It's not me thinking it. There is a lack of creativity centrally. Does that possibly mean, though, that we're just going to really hit them down the flanks? We may well do. And if that's the case, and that wins the game, and then, I'm absolutely okay with that as well. I do think this is all about back-to-back wins. This is crucial. Well, it's not crucial. Actually, it doesn't matter at all. But I feel in terms of giving us a little summit to get behind, maybe even Potter himself to show for Potter to say, look, here you go. I am improving things. It's back-to-back wins for you. You haven't enjoyed that yet, have you? So, I can understand him almost. Do you know what it feels like, Geoff? It feels like feels like just banking. It feels like cashing out. He's banking it a little bit, thinking I might cash out on this one and just take the win, and I don't mind it.
The thing is, you talk about Potter proving something. Actually, before I do that, I just want to click on this before I lose it on the chat. Robert said that that's his prediction out the water in the prediction competition on Patreon. He had Ferguson to score first. If there's any patrons watching, like Robert, that's done Ferguson to score first, you can change your prediction. But please, this is important. Don't delete your original prediction and put in a new prediction. Do not edit your post because it shows up it's edited, and I don't know when you've edited it. They will get ruled out because you could have gone in and changed it at half time.
Don't do it after the game as well.
So delete your prediction now and put in a new prediction, and that counts. Basically, we get a notification if Robert goes over on Patreon now and puts it in saying West Ham win 3-0, Bowen score first. We get a notification at 2 minutes past 7 saying Robert has posted this comment. That's the verification as to when you posted that comment. And if it's edited, it's out. Anyway, you were talking about Potter proving something. And actually, winning tonight and winning comfortably tonight would prove that he can go from a defensive team to an offensive team without changing personnel. And I think that's key, and that's not always something I've been able to feel. When the lineup comes out and you look at it and then you felt it was maybe a bit defensive, you've often thought, ugh, and it has proven to be a bit defensive. If he can show tonight that he can play attacking football with this 11, it's almost like a bag of revels, really, isn't it? Where you don't know what you're going to get. You know what the bag looks like, but you don't know what the taste is going to be. Does that make sense?
It does. I don't think we're going to get a coffee one, though, if that's what you're alluding to. I think we might get a Malteser, Gio, and possibly not even one wrapped in a hula hoop. Look, I'm happy enough with this. I honestly, I'm looking forward to it. This has not dampened my spirits at all. I do think we'll win. I am.
Yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I have enough in the team. Like sometimes you have the bad old days. I'm not talking about under Lou Macari. I'm talking about when it really looked like Moyes was really struggling and doing badly, and he'd lost a lot of his coaching staff, and 2 goalkeepers on the bench, no youngsters on the bench, and sometimes you're just looking for a glimmer of somebody to sort of get behind. I'm looking forward to seeing Bowen play. I'm looking forward to seeing Kudus play, Wan-Bissaka, Ollie Scholes. I'm
looking off the bench.
And Ferguson, Ferguson, whether he does or whether he doesn't, I'm not overly asked. I'd like to see him, and that would be nice. But I think I've just got enough, particularly with Sadibo playing as well. There's enough there to keep me invested, to keep me interested. And I do. I want a bit of revenge. The win, I do think the win is important. I mean, it's felt really good this week after Arsenal. To have back-to-back wins, be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Particularly as we sort of only play like thrice in the next decade or something like that. It seems like after this. So yeah, it'd be good to take another win in.
Right, we're going to test Gonzo and Hammer's chat now, because Lewis has asked for a little bit of clarification on the prediction competition. This will be don't worry, this is the Patreon promo. After we answer this question, no more promo on Patreon because we couldn't find Dave B's comment on Saturday. Lewis says, how does the prediction competition on Patreon work? If more than one person has the same prediction, is it done at random or is it the first person? Now, I've organised all this. Gonzo doesn't. I'm intrigued to see Gonzo knows.
No, the worst thing is you have said this on numerous occasions. But I would just be guessing. I think there's done multiple prizes if I'm not much mistaken. I don't think it's just the first person. But it's a lesser prize for the second.
Yeah. So basically, if there's 4 winners, they all go into the bowl or the mug, depending if the bowl's available or if I've used it for cooking.
B-day.
They all go in the bowl. One overall winner wins the top prize, and the top prize today is a signed Jared Bowen shirt. If you're an addict. And the other 3 that didn't get drawn out would get a packet of beer mats. So they've already had a packet of beer mats because they've already been runner-up. They will get a signed Jimmy Walker book. And if this is the 3rd time being runner-up, they're the unluckiest bugger we've ever known. We'll give them something else. We don't know what we'll give them yet. We've not had to cross that, but we think it's good. We think it's good. The Ball of Destinies for the giveaways, the monthly giveaways. But anyway, patreon.com/Hammers Chat if anyone fancies supporting us and getting involved in prediction competition. The bench for West Ham tonight, before we take a little look at the Leicester side, is Lucas Fabianski. as well as Carlos Sola and Konstantinos Mavropanos. Guilherme's on the bench alongside Danny Ings and Guido Rodriguez. It's also Emerson on the bench, Evan Ferguson's on the bench, and Andy Irving is on the bench. No birthday boys on the bench. 2 in the starting 11, none on the bench. Anyway, would you like to do... Yeah, we'll do the Leicester team. But before we do that, let's just have a little look and see if Opta have updated their lineups yet. So, no, Sola's still in there. Bloody hell, Opta. If the Leicester one's wrong as well. Pff, shocking.
There you go.
You think Opta could give us a login so we could just go in and just update the data for them?
But the irony is they'll charge you quite a lot to get their data as well.
I know. It's 20 minutes the lineup came out. 20 minutes ago. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, the starting 11 for Leicester City as follows. Hermansen is in goal with James Justin at right back. Vestergaard comes into centre back to play alongside Fass. And then Christensen is at left back. Samari continues to partner Ndidi at the heart of midfield with... Now, I'm going to assume it's this. El Canus in the number 10 row. Buenotti over on the right-hand side. And then you've got Bobby Cordova-Reid on the left-hand side with Jamie Vardy up front. That's your Leicester 11. And before we get Gonzo's reaction to it, I will rattle through the bench. There's a goalkeeper's name that I can't pronounce. Stolarczy, Connor Cody, Okolai, Luke Thomas, Harry Winks, Oliver Skip. Mavropanos on the bench alongside Ayew and Daka. Bench sounds better than the starting 11. Anyway, that's the Leicester team. What do you reckon?
Bit rubbish, really. But they were, I mean, they beat us last time, didn't they? So what does that say about us? I think I hope we're better now. I think we are better. I'm pretty certain we are. I mean, form would tell you different. Form tells you Ipswich are the worst team in the league. But when you play that game of pick your combined 11, at least with Ipswich, you might think, maybe we'd have Liam Delap or something like that. There's nothing here. So, no, I mean, it's not a very good team, is it, basically?
No, it's not one that strikes too much fear into me. When you talk about playing a certain game of build the combined 11 or whatever, I look at it as which player would you take to West Ham? And there's only two players in that starting 11. 2.5. I say half because one of them isn't even a Leicester City player. He's on loan from Brighton. So
that's true.
Listen, we should be able to win comfortably tonight. Van Nistelrooy's made numerous changes from the hiding they got against Brentford. But when you're replacing a crap centre-back with a crap centre-back...
You still got a crap defence.
You still got a crap centre-back. Yeah, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck and all that. Anyway, right, we're going to do a little bet giveaway now. We're going to head over to an unnamed bookmaker and place a fiver on. And if the bet wins, one of you will pick up the winnings. Gonzo's anything tickles your fancy for the bet tonight?
I think Kudus is going to get a goal tonight. How's that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Anything else?
I think we'll win, and we'll win by 2 goals or more, if that's something you can do.
It is. I just need to go find the bloody thing.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I like it. There we go.
Go on. What do you think? I don't think we'll get a card. I don't think they're. I'm not. I can't. I wouldn't like to lose the bet on a card when we don't get one.
We're gonna need one. It's only 4. It's 9 to 2
mate,
at the minute.
You pick one of them to get a card. Ndidi or something. He won't need to foul anyone, will he?
It should be okay with their defensive midfielders. With our strikers in there, they should be under a little bit of pressure. But the problem is, in theory, you could argue that Ndidi's up against Thomas Souček or something, which is
I can't see that.
Most exciting.
Pick a fullback to foul one of our. Who's Obi-Wan Bissaka up against?
He will have Christensen at left back and Reid on left wing, but he doesn't pick up too much. People are saying Oliscar's shot, which is a good shout. We like an Oliscar's shot, don't we? Just have a shot.
Well, give it a go. Give it a go. I do think he's going to score at some point. Wouldn't be my choice, but hey, look.
The odds aren't great. We'll leave it out. It's not worth risking. Jared Bowen to score or assist.
Go on, then.
Whack a bit of that in there.
Yeah.
6-1. Jesus, these odds are crap. They're expecting us to give Leicester hiding tonight.
The odds were, I went to put a bet on before, and the odds were not good. So yeah, I didn't even bother.
Right, who's getting booked? What do we fancy?
One of their defenders, one of their fullbacks or whatever. Yeah. Lewis has said it. Lewis, let me just see if I can. There you go.
You've got to work out who's marking him, though.
Well, I don't bloody know, do I? I'm just here for bit of eye candy for the ladies, mate. I don't know any of this bloody.
Hang on, did you just say I'm here for the eye candy for the ladies?
That's what I said. Yeah. I
was confident. I'll give you. Let's do Vestergaard. He's slow. That'll do. That bumps it up, right? Sorry if nobody said Vestergaard, but we're putting that in. Right, 150 quid. That's it. 4 things to happen. 150 quid if this happens. Kudus to score, Bourne to score or assist, West Ham to win by a minimum of 2 goals, and Vestergaard to pick up a card. He's got 5 cards in 17 games this season, and he's got 13 cards in 42 games last season in the Championship. So,
worth a punt.
Yeah, it's definitely. And you should be up against Kudus and or Bowen. So, anyway, you might be wondering, how on earth do I enter? It's quite simple, really. In the live chat, you put the following phrase.
Skips give you E. coli.
Skips give you a coli. Go with the Leicester one if you can. Go for the double Leicester one. Skip with the double P and O. coli. And then you'll be able to get your entered. We're not too arsed if you spell it wrong, don't worry. Get it into live chat, and if that bet wins, someone wins 150 quid. Gonzo, in the preview, you were feeling maximum fruity. Are you still feeling maximum fruity?
Foxy, some might say, actually, on this one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're going to win 3 or 4-0. I'm pretty confident of that, even bearing in mind he's played a boring team. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm allowing myself to get a little bit excited about this one. Even though somebody did say to me in a video, don't get carried away. And I thought, no, I probably will if you don't mind. I'm definitely looking forward to this one.
Hey, it's better than what I was getting in the. If Lewis is in live chat, see if Lewis remembers, because Lewis replied to the person that left a comment this morning. Lewis, would you mind putting your version of events from this morning into live chat so we can click on it?
I'd be interested to hear this. I don't know about this.
I don't know if you'll laugh or roll your eyes or whatever, but you'll do one of the two. Anyway, the spelling is on the screen for you. There you go. Skips give you a coli. Get that into live chat, and hopefully tonight we can hit a winner. We've become quite close recently, Gonzo. We keep getting 3 out of 4 in some games. It's been quite frustrating, actually. But for tonight, we can win a few quid for someone. I predicted a comfortable 2-0 on the preview. I'm sticking with a comfortable 2. If anything, the lineup's made me more confident it'll be a comfortable 2-0. I think I get a bit of a feeling that maybe Potter's got one eye on a bit of a clean sheet. He did. Max Kilman was speaking about how it's important to be on the front foot a little bit, and we're going to have more of the ball. But he also mentioned the fact that we've not kept too many clean sheets this season. It was good to keep one against Arsenal. So I do wonder if perhaps there's maybe one eye on that to some extent. Because they've got, listen, as crap as they are, and they're second bottom of the Premier League, they're rubbish.
Yeah.
But Vardy's still a good striker, and actually recently they've not been playing Buonanotte for whatever reason. Van Nistelrooy is just not too keen on him. Yes, I know. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. But I think he's a fantastic player, and I really like that El Canus. Again, the statistics suggest he's not that productive. He's not got many goals or assists, but he's only 20 years old, and I think he's a talented player, actually. And I think them two can cause a little bit of bother. Fortunately, he's playing Bobby Reed, but we shall wait and see. Anyway, we're going to turn to the live chat in just a second.
Before you do, I think we've got Lewis. Lewis has.
Oh, thank God, I can't miss it.
Yeah. Lewis said that Gio was accused of going on about Moyes and not moving on, but Gio never mentioned Moyes at all.
No, right. So
it's him. He's the one. This is the thing. I think that's called projecting. So he's obviously thinking about Moyes all the time, and he's watching your video, and he's seeing your lips move, but his brain's thinking Moyes.
Honestly, right?
Moyes,
genuinely,
Moyes.
I didn't even say his name once. I didn't even say in passing. I literally did not say the word Moyes, and I've tried not to. When I've done my videos, go back, check the channel. I've stayed away from the whole Moyes stuff because I find it a bit boring and repetitive. I want to move on. We've had another manager since. There's a guy in the middle of Moyes and Potter. Right, so I did the video today just talking about how it's a little bit of fun at the minute. I'd like to finish above Spurs and Man United, blah, 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 blah. And it was like the third comment on the video, basically saying, he said something like, I like you, but I'm disappointed you've fallen into the Moyes, the trap of doing videos about David Moyes or something. And I was like, but I never mentioned David Moyes.
I don't think he likes you.
I don't think he does.
He's like he's made up his mind about you. Don't even know you. Yeah. He can say what he wants, can't he? You don't even have to think it or believe it or anything. Just say what he wants.
You've literally made something up and got annoyed about it.
Well, that's quite common, isn't it?
Well, look, I was busy today, right? But do you know when the news about the concessions came out, which we'll do a video about in the next couple of days? Brilliant news. I almost went to be a bit of a so go back and reply to him. Can't believe you're disappointed that the concessions have been reinstated. That's really upset about that.
If everyone does that, anything is up for grabs, isn't it? If you don't have to say something, but you can be accused of it, then anything. Think of the most heinous, horrible thing you can, and you can just accuse anyone of that. Surely you have to. Surely you've got to be accountable for your own words. You can't be accountable for what somebody else might have thought.
Yeah, it takes. I mean, I struggle with guilty by association. I really struggle with that one. But this is a different level, which is getting blamed for something you didn't even say. I mean, that's impressive. But anyway, shall we turn to the live chat?
Yeah, stop banging on about Moyes and move to the live chat, Gio.
Yeah, Lewis, bringing him up. Anyway,
that's right.
Get your thoughts into the live chat. It could be about the West Ham team, the Leicester team, any players from Leicester that you've got your eye on for one reason or another, any big hopes or fears you have. Don't put your score predictions into it because we need conversation starters, really. Someone's saying 2-0. There's not much we can say about that. No. Right then. James Gunn says, if Ferguson is the man Potter's desperate to buy, I'd expect him to play a bit more. Easy win tonight, though. I think this is an excellent point, but it makes me wonder, though, is he the guy he really wants? There's a lot of talk that Jonathan David's the guy that Potter really wants, and that makes this loan move make sense, though.
Well, I think that's what James is saying there. Yeah. I think James is suggesting exactly that. I don't think he does want Ferguson. There's no way we can go and get Jonathan David. I mean, it'd be a miracle, but Potter has definitely instructed them to have a go. Then you hear about Omarodian again today. So I'm not so sure. But I do agree with James. I think if he was desperate to put him in, he'd be in. He'd be in. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hammer Boy says he likes us too, but he's disappointed we've fallen into the trap talking about West Ham. Tom Bull says, still think we'll win, but I'm disappointed Ferguson isn't starting. It was a perfect opportunity to have a good look at him. I completely agree with that. Gary says, slag Moyes off as much as you want, but you're doing business everything.
Surely is irony. He's being.
I hope it's. I'm not sure, Gary. I pray you're just being sarcastic here.
Funny, sure
if not, Gonzo did a video last week about social media. Click on it and watch it. There's a bit about you. Infinitely said I've moved my background so that mugs are in view. Noble frame. Yeah, I've had to rejig my office, which I'm not very happy about, to be honest with you. So it's more for storage.
We heard all about it before we went live. Don't worry. Don't
really
ask about the flat pack furniture.
It's not just flat pack furniture. This was my space. This is my sanctuary, right? This room, I could shut the door and it was like my own little world. So that, what's the metal bit called under a door? What's it called?
A threshold bar.
Is that what it's called?
Well, I'd call it a threshold bar, a door bar. A carpet threshold protector, joiner, whatever.
Anyway, that side of it, house. This side of it, my office, no entry. Now it's been compromised. I've had to give up half the room, and I'm not over it at all. I'm really sad. Anyway, Gary says, a different Gary says, I'm with you guys, feeling good about tonight. We need to come out the traps quickly and be on the front foot. 3-0 win tonight. Mitch is saying, do we think Potter's nursing Ferguson as he wants to sign him for next season?
No, I don't think so, because I think, as Gio has made the point a couple of times, the best way to find out, if you're going to sign him, you need to know if he's robust enough, and you're not going to do that. Because imagine if he just was really careful with him this season, then we bought him and he got to next season. Right, there you go. I want 38 games for him. He breaks down. Yeah, I'm not so sure, but I'm also not reading too much into it. It could just be that he was pleased with the team and he didn't really want to change it because he's probably going to use the same team again against Newcastle. I think it might be that, and maybe just maybe Ferguson was brought in on loan as a bit of cover in case we need him.
Avid said, really want to see Ferguson and Guilherme get a decent chunk of game time tonight. Perfect opposition to get their confidence levels up. Danny said Ferguson's got to earn his starting place, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kick anyone out of that team. I thought you thought he'd change formation. I thought he'd sacrifice a midfielder. He's done neither. Honestly, I'm cool with whatever he wants to do. I was so buys you a lot of credit beating Arsenal at the Emirates, quite frankly.
Yeah. Michael said, I have a theory that Potter is trying to save Ferguson so his stock doesn't go up so we can get him in the summer on the cheap.
Conspiracy. I like it. £15 million Fergie. I like it.
Everybody's second guessing the whole Ferguson thing, though, anyway, isn't it? That's when you know that the lineup's good, when everybody's actually bothered about why Ferguson is not starting and whatever. Things are good. Just little anger at the minute, which is.
I'm sorry. I have to stop you here. I've got to click on this, and I'm not meaning to stitch you up, but I want to know what this is all about. It's from FPL Harry, which is I'm guessing Fantasy Premier League. It said, "Hi Gio, Fantasy Premier League Harry here. I follow your channel, but I'm a Chelsea fan."
Don't click on that. It's a fake account.
But are you copying his team?
No, but it's a fake account because FPL Harry, I believe, is a massive account. Like,
oh really?
Yeah,
oh, really?
I don't know.
He copies your team, doesn't he? Doesn't he copy your your fantasy football team?
I wouldn't bother at this point. I've had a bad couple of weeks, to be honest with you. Yeah.
What? You're like fourth now instead of first?
I'm still first in some leagues, but I'm down to like 100,000 in the world. But I did bring in Jared Bowen, so I need him to do the business because he's someone that not many people have. So Bowen can get a couple of goals tonight, and I'll get back up into that top 80,000, 70,000, 60,000. So
Gio's very good at fantasy football.
Everything hinges on Bowen.
Harry is lying about him.
I need Bowen to produce tonight. Everything hinges on him. So come on, Jared, do the goods for me. Yeah. Anyway, Freedom says Fergie ain't fit enough. It's clear to see Potter is protecting him. And Riaz says keep Mavropanos away because, well, we need to win the game. Yeah. Gary, who posted ha earlier to confirm he was being sarcastic about the David Moyes comment, said I think Vardy will score. He tends to score against the likes of us. Lord said if we can get Ferguson for 15 million, then it's the bargain of the century.
Yeah, I didn't actually believe it. I was just...
Tom has a feeling we'll see a Ward Prowse free kick goal tonight. Should get plenty of opportunities to win free kicks.
Yes, Tom.
There's a couple of other people also said that about the James Ward Prowse goal as well. So a couple of people fancy James Ward Prowse.
Yeah.
Finally getting it. I hope he does, to be honest with you. It'd be nice because also to do it at West Ham as well. Do you know when the record books come up, right, it'll say David Beckham, bracket, Manchester United, bracket. I reckon it'll say James Ward-Prowse, bracket, West Ham United, bracket.
Yeah, even though he's done pretty much all of
one
them
goal for
one
us.
at Southampton. Yeah, we get the credit. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll go down and we'll be in the history books for something he did at Southampton.
Yeah, that is brilliant. Yes, imagine if everything was like that, and you did, whatever you did the video that made your channel get 10,000 subscribers. It's all down to that video that I did about Moyes.
Anyway, Gaming says Ferguson for 20 million in the summer wouldn't risk any more than that. Mick's asking what the phrase is because he's just got in from work, so he's missed the beginning of the show.
Oh, well, skips, which are not a crisp. Skips give you E. coli, but we're going with whatever his bloody name is. Coli, is that her name?
I don't know. I just call him Coli. Sounds fun.
E. coli.
And Fluffy's saying, what the hell's going on with all the skip comments?
I often wonder that if people they miss the start and they don't know what's going on. And if you were just the first time on Hammers chat and build up and you just saw all these comments, what on earth is wrong with this chat here? You have to type that in to qualify. It's the phrase that pays, qualifies you for the bet.
Which is? The bet is... He doesn't know. He's forgot.
I could just to score a goal. Bowen to either assist or score a goal.
Yeah, that's two.
One of their dodgy geezers that gets carded all the time to get a card.
Whose name is?
I don't bloody know. What do I know? I don't know this stuff. I told you that. I don't know who you're asking about. I can talk to you about crisps if you want.
Investigard is the one to get booked.
That's it.
And what's the fourth thing we need, which you picked?
Oh, by 2 goals or more.
There you go. That's the 4 things we need. And if it wins, someone will win 150 quid. Lloyd was saying, finally we've explained, because he thought we'd been hacked with everybody posting about skipping.
You would do, wouldn't you? You would. And there has been some hackage going on, of late.
Maybe one week we should make the comment something like, the phrase that pays should be, can anyone see this comment? So when someone comes up, just an entire live chat saying,
the page. Everyone going,
or it's got a load of random letters. We could put it in like the video description, so they just have to copy and paste it. But you know when you hit the keyboard randomly, it gives you,
yes,
it's just one of them. So everybody's just posting just random letters.
People thinking, what is up with these Hammers Chat subscribers?
The people that do this template will be at their end going, oh my God, we've broke their chat. What's happened? We've put in a bit of code in. It's completely broke everything. Anyway, Lloyd saying now he understands what's going on. He's right. Over 1,000 of you watching. Thank you very much. Please do drop a like on the video as well. It does help us out. Click that thumbs up button. So when people come onto YouTube, type in West Ham Leicester. We will be the #1 recommended video. Thanks to you, lovely lot. Get your thoughts in about the game. Get your thoughts into the game. Everybody's now saying, can anyone see this comment?
This is brilliant. That's it, Raymondo.
Yeah. Or Colin would said, this show's pre-recorded. Commenting is pointless. We could have a little bit of fun. We could have a little bit of fun at some point.
Because there are people who just go through and they've never been on Hammers Chat before. And as Gio said, they might be searching for, whatever Premier League football or Leicester versus West Ham. That's the previous one. And they just click on it. They don't know anything about it. They think, what a weird channel.
Yeah, it's fun. One of my me and Gonzo. This is one of Gonzo's favorite videos. It's one of mine as well. But this is one of our favorite videos to do. It's because it always goes off a tangent. It gets a bit strange at times. It's the same with the breakfast show Patreon. We don't know what we're going to discuss. We just load it up and start talking. And 15 minutes later, we're discussing. What were we discussing today? Biscuits.
Well, we was emptying my kitchen cupboards, weren't we?
That's it. We were looking at what was in your biscuit tub or whatever. And I appreciate people watching going, this sounds crap. I ain't enjoying Patreon, but
you're not selling us the concept of Patreon, lads.
Yeah, we have fun. Jaden says, do you think he's exploring what works best? I feel like he would experiment a little bit with opposition like this.
I just think he's banking the win. I know we haven't won. I know we've got to play the game, and I can look like a WHULEI if we don't win. But I just think he's banking. The win. I think he's playing a team. He knows a win, back-to-back wins. I think that is important. I think it's important for the morale of the squads. And I think our defence was so crap, for a year. I felt this from day one when Potter came in. He might want to play the best football in the world. I don't know. But I reckon as soon as he came in, I've got to fix that defence. And I just think it's really about that as much as anything.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get some points on the board. He's looking at it. He's thinking, we win today. We go equal with Spurs and Man United on points. And listen, they're having a horrific season. They're the laughing stock of the Premier League, the pair of them. But we could finish above them. I think if you were to approach players in the summer and you finished 12th, 13th in the league, I don't think it's the end of the world. But also you can then say, look, since I came in, these have been the results. We're actually doing all right. We're 9th in the league from results from when Potter came in onwards or something like that. You might be able to attract some players that perhaps you wouldn't have done previously. What are you smirking at?
Well, I actually just think the 404 error, which a few people have written, and Chris has just written up, message deleted. I do think that'd be really good ones for the future. If you had the whole scrolling down the 404 error would be brilliant. I do think that would be brilliant. Yeah,
It'd
but
be
sorry.
fun, a little bit of fun. Keanu says, if Nick and Northie were trapped and you had to save one, who would you choose?
Trapped?
Yeah, like in a room or something.
Leave them both there, wouldn't you?
So,
Leave them both there. Keep the camera running. Get people to donate. You and me could take the proceeds.
Oh, the title would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Nick v Northie in trapped room.
One of them is going to have to eat the other one at some point.
And we've put a bet on.
I think this is the retirement fund we've been talking about, Gio. Actually, and I'm rescuing no one.
And basically, myself and Gons have put money on one of them to win, to enter the phase it pays is his common cannabis.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we do. You put in a super chat and you put in an action that you want one of them to do, and they've got to carry it out. So if someone donates, Peter Chelmsford has donated £5. Says, Nick, you must punch Northie.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nick, you must pour your herbal tea over Northie's head.
Yeah,
but then it might go onto Northie's neon lights and electrocute the pair of them.
Northie, now you must sing.
That's right.
God save the Queen whilst doing a handstand.
Yeah.
Well, there's an international break coming up. We do need content.
That's a good one, Joan.
That is a good one, Joan. That is a good one. Right, let me try and find a comment about the football.
What?
I don't know. Here we go. Adam, think he's going to learn quickly tonight that Souček and Ward-Prowse is not the way to go when you're facing a side that will play a low block. They don't tend to play a low block, Leicester. It tends to be a mid one. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you're saying when we're not playing a lot, I think that I would like to see more creativity in midfield. Yeah. That being said, I just think if we get some creativity from wide, it's probably going to be enough to win this game.
Yeah. I can't find any comments about the football.
No, Andy's posted twerking live, and I don't know why the image popped into my head of Northie and Nick twerking on the watch along, the twerk along.
Young Tom twerked on the watch. On
he
a transfer deadline day show.
Yeah,
and
did he do it upside down, or I imagined it?
He does it as a handstand. He reverses and walks up the wall. And whilst he is in his upside down handstand position, he twerked. And then Tom Down came on wearing his mum's gold dress. Yeah. And funny story this. Tom met his wife, who's now his wife. So Tom met her. And at the early stages of the relationship, he's round her house and he took the laptop because he had a show to do. So he sat on a chair at the side of the room. Anyway. And he was at his girlfriend's house doing hammers chat, and in the live chat, everyone was slacking over curtains. Everyone was like, "Oh, Tom, you found your nans." So Em was like watching Tom. Em was watching YouTube, thinking, "Oh, I'll watch Tom on YouTube, see what it's all about." And then the entire live chat was taking a piss at Tom for what could have been his nan's curtains, and Em was like, oh, "That's my bloody curtains." Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Have Opta fixed lineup. Thank you, Crow. At least there's someone.
Oh yeah, a lineup again.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we've got red strips tonight. And,
brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. They're in claret.
I'll tell you why. It's me that's got to change that. But the problem is, it's not hex codes. You've got to put in red, green, and blue.
Right.
And I don't know.
That's more of a brown. Really?
Yeah, but I don't know that when I Google West Ham hex code, there's a website. It's like gives you the hex codes, isn't there? And it gives you I got it off that.
So when the Mighty Reds play the Browns this evening, that's what you're seeing there. Yeah, brilliant.
So let me try change it. Actually,
I don't think anyone cares anymore.
I do. Let me Let me go. Right, Leicester are in their black strip tonight, so there we go. They can be in their black
Are
strip.
you serious, Mark? What's a skip? I'll tell you exactly what a skip is. There you go. This is a bit divisive. This is a 50-50. A skip, it's not a crisp anyway. It's a maize snack. But if you wanted to call it a crisp, it's the most ghastly, horrible, nasty, disgusting, repulsive crisp. If I was Prime Minister, well, there'd be a lot of things happening. If I was Prime Minister, I'd ban skips. It's my manifesto.
I've changed the strip colour. Can you see? It's more of a pinky.
Pinky,
purple.
nice.
I don't know how to. It'll have to do.
The pinky browns. The pinky browns take on the foxes.
It's just going to have to do. It's right. The lineups are up now, but that's going to have to do. A skip. I love a skip.
It's nasty stuff.
Yeah, I do. I like a skip.
Disgusting.
Get them now and again when they're on offer.
Well, I have to be on offer. They have to pay me.
I don't know. I like them. But anyway. Right, live chat. What we got? Anything about football? No.
It's a lot about skips.
Yeah, now they're telling me the code for the red, green, and blue. Honestly, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's going to have to do. Do you know something? Do you know when you use that template, you click on it and all the colours come up and you can slide between. Claret's a hard colour to find.
I could find it pretty quickly, but you don't need it. You don't
go do it then. You can go click on it. So if you click on
hold on, I've got to, hold on, never mind that. I've got to find the West Ham. See, now I've got to load up the West. I'll tell you exactly what the West Ham badge. It's what the West Ham badge is. I'll tell you that.
No, hang on. You said you could find it. I meant freehand. While you loads up the colours for you to pick from, rather not going.
Oh no, I thought you wanted what the actual.
No,
you know, like the official colour that you know the code number for what West Ham's colour is. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not that bothered.
No, well, nothing.
Pinky colour.
I see. So someone's saying frazzles. Our colours, the colours you've done look a bit like the frazzles. Good. Go. They're not crisps either, by the way. Frazzles, but.
So we've got frazzles
the frazzle is it's up there. Do you know what I mean? It's like Real Madrid, and the skip is Grimsby or something.
So tonight we've got the frazzles against the Chili Sensations. Because Leicester have got a black kit. Leicester have got a black kit, just so you know.
Yeah, but they can't be. They're crap. They can't be Chili Sensations. Nice crisps. Leicester can't be Chili Sensations.
Yeah, but what other crisps have got a black bag?
I like so the Aldi Value crisp or something. But they're about to be discontinued.
Like ricicles. Sad times.
Anyway,
apologies for people tuning in about the football, but
we're chilled. That's why everyone's chilled. Everyone's chilled about it. This is nice. People aren't annoyed. Everyone's just looking forward to the game. That's it.
Anyway, Ray said, "Am I the only one that is happy that Ferguson isn't starting, as I think he pushed the defence further up the field when coming on with the extra man we had?"
I've not heard anyone else say that, Ray.
No, so yeah, you probably are. I think possibly.
Yeah.
I think most people wanted to see Ferguson start.
Yeah. But... Yeah. I think so. I wanted to see him start, but I'm absolutely fine at not.
Nathan's right. There was a Walker's called barbecue rib that was a black bag, but they're back. They're back.
Are they?
Yeah. My Tesco's got them, and I like them. Marmite crisps.
You better go. Never had one.
I wouldn't eat one, but.
What would you do with it then?
I'm saying Leicester City could be Marmite. Do you know?
Oh, they could be No. I don't. I'd have to have a long. I don't even think they deserve to be a crisp at the moment. I don't. Well, no, they should be. They're Walkers. In fact, they're the only ones that deserve to be crisps. That's probably not their sponsor anymore, is it? Walkers, probably a long time ago.
No, it's a
King
dodgy
Power now. It's not the Walkers Stadium.
No, it's not. They're not allowed King Power because of the rule. It's some dodgy cryptocurrency.
Is it? As of North Korea, they nicked everyone's crypto. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. You're right. That's Raymondo. Raymondo's all right. The old Kim Young, what's it? Stole everyone's crypto.
Yes, but yeah, what did I just? I forgot what I just said there.
I don't know.
It's a sponsorship. Yeah, it's a crypto thing, which I think most Premier League teams will go to. I wouldn't be surprised if West Ham have a cryptocurrency sponsor. after Betway, because once Betway are gone,
Yeah.
what's going to come in and replace it? It's things like cryptocurrency and online. I was reading an article about from some smart guy did an article about which companies are likely to take over sponsorships, and he said cryptocurrency, blockchain type companies, and online medicinal websites.
Well, like Viagra.
Possibly.
Nice.
But I'm not gonna lie. When I seen that, I thought, oh, hope we get one of them. I fancy promoting that.
Well, I think if you're going to have Viagra and you're going to have it on your shirt, you know, like normally the letters go from that way to that way. I think you have to have them going up.
The player in form gets a sponsor that's up, but the player out of form has one that's curved.
Oh,
Just,
is a tablet smoke it do that?
I don't,
We're going.
I don't know. So that's what we need. So we need some. We need when West Ham are not in form, they need some curved sponsors. Yeah.
You certainly don't, Major. You certainly don't.
No, but you do get Jamie Carragher scoffing at the African Cup of Nations. If you fancy a little bit of that, you can tune in there. The Amazon sponsor. Have you heard anything about it?
No. Well, nothing in the last month. No.
Do you think it was made up?
No. I think people got slightly confused by the by the fact that they're obviously trying to do their AI thing and trying to do so. By the looks of it, Opta could take some improving. So they're going to try and look and do something like that, and maybe we could be looking to take on their data. I think people confused that with the stadium sponsorship, and then confused that with the documentary. There was definitely no documentary, which was a shame because we'd want it. That's
no,
the one
I wouldn't want one. I would not want a documentary about West Ham.
Oh, it'd be highly entertaining. Highly entertaining.
Yeah, for the neutral.
Oh, exactly.
That's why I don't want it. I do not want ever to be behind the scenes of West Ham. Honestly,
well, there's not. Oh.
Could you like my blood was through the roof watching Karen Brady chat to Jack Sullivan for 1 hour. Could you imagine a 6-part series of her? Jesus, no, I'd have to do a live watch along because I might combust on YouTube.
The trouble is with Brady, right? I think she's taken on. I think she's almost been doing Apprentice too long, and I think she's morphed. And I think the lines between the Apprentice and how she should probably act in front of football fans, I think they're blurred. I think she doesn't know what she's meant to be doing. So I just think you get this like hybrid. She's a bit mean, isn't she? I think she probably used to know how to like soften it a little bit for West Ham fans, and now she's going full. She spent a little bit too much time with Alan Sugar, and she's going full Apprentice. So, yeah, I think it'd be a blockbuster if they managed to do behind the scenes at West Ham. Be something very, very special.
Yeah, it's not something I would enjoy, especially. I don't wish to see it. Anyway, Gonzo, 4-0.
3-0, but possibly 4. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with my 2-0. Anyway, myself and Gonzo are going to love you and leave you in just a second. But before we switch over to the watch along, gentlemen, just want to point in the direction of today's video, Match Bingo. You've still got time to grab your cars for this evening's game. If you're feeling fruity and you want to add a little bit more juice to the evening, you can get a Match Bingo card. It's £2 a go, but if you buy 4, you will get your 5th card for free. And if you're a new user, make sure you download the app using the link in the description below. If you sign up, deposit a tenner, they'll give you £10 credit for free. A lot more bang for your buck. 15 things you need to occur in a match. Pays like the first person to get the first line, first person to get the second line, first person to get full house, plus there's a bonus pot for anyone else that gets a full house as well, plus there's an enhanced prize pot for tonight's games. There's more money in the West Ham games than other games. You might think that maybe they sponsor the West Ham channel, so they've increased the prize pot. I'm not suggesting that's what they have done. Some might say they have. Anyway, Gonzo, shall we leave it there?
Let's leave it there.
Nick, Northie, over to you guys. Take it away.
Thank you very much, gents. Appreciate it. And I'm going to start off by saying skips are a crisp. I'm not having it, Gonzo. Nick, your thoughts on skips? We've got to start with that one because in the green room I was like, nah, I'm not having that. Oh, are you on mute, Nick? Great start. We always start with a bang. Just mime. Just do some miming, mate. Yeah, crisps. Okay. While you're getting that sorted as well, it'd be great to hear your thoughts in the comments as well. Also about whether you'd like to see a behind the scenes at West Ham. Personally, I'd love it.
Anything now?
You're all good, Nick. You're all good.
Okay. Yes, skips are a crisp. Yeah, this is not like the penguin thing from the other day. That was okay. People can have a bit of a mass debate about that. I didn't. What would they be if they're not crisps? I didn't hear the alternative. They're in a bag and they're crisp-like and crispy, and they're crisps. Anyway, yeah, that's. It really threw me off. That did, and also your location. You're sat in a kind of patio affair, a bit like a scary movie, Scream or something's going to pop up behind you.
I'm sat in the kitchen tonight. I couldn't quite get my radio to work out in the bar, so I just thought it's easier. Just grab my stuff, get it in here, and watch it on the big radio.
You should, yeah. I mean, ideally, you should be cooking something at this point. If you had a different setup, you could be that's the ultimate modern man, and just whip up a stir fry, spicy curry or something.
Just cooked a beef keema for the family, and multitasking, getting all this set up, cooking. No end to the talents. How was the watch along last week though? The Arsenal game. Obviously, I was there, which was
That's why I want to ask you. I want you to give us the kind of behind enemy lines story, because you didn't go in the West Ham end. You got a ticket from your mate. So what was that like? What did you overhear? Did you overhear just nonsense? Did you allow yourself to like quietly hum West Ham songs? What happened?
There was a lot of elbowing my mate in the ribs kind of thing, as obviously as we went in, and a lot of every time they missed, it was like, but like really exaggerated just to really wind him up, but couldn't say anything. The one thing I did hear actually, which I've also seen a video by someone on Arsenal Fan TV as well, saying about how Declan Rice isn't trying. Like they don't really love Declan Rice. They're not from what I was hearing around. It's like he's not really trying. I mean, it's not his fault they can't score. I mean, they haven't got a striker.
Yeah.
So I think it's false blame, maybe because he was playing against West Ham. But hopefully he hates it there and he wants to come back. So I'd still take him back. I know, again, that may split people, but I'd take him back all day long. But yeah, that surprised me how quickly they turned. I
mean, they're a fickle bunch, aren't they? They turn on Arteta. They turn on anyone.
We all do. We all do. That's football fans, I guess. But I just think directing it at Declan probably that was a bit harsh for me. So I think, that sort of surprised me. But no, it was great. Like it was amazing being sat in with the Arsenal fans. Got lots of pictures, lots of selfies. Me and my mate, he was looking ridiculously glum. Which I loved it. Hopefully more of the same. I mean, I'm a bit surprised that he hasn't changed it a little bit. I would have liked to see Ferguson start, but you can forgive him for not changing the team. But I just think it's a great opportunity for him to come on and get his first goal. But hopefully he'll come on as a sub and do that.
Yeah, DC would give them 25 million tops for Dec. I mean, I can't believe he'll stay there anyway. I think he'll move on at some point. As I said in the watch along, that his when he went there, his Instagram post said like next chapter. He referred to it as a chapter. It wasn't like now I'm where I've always wanted to be or something. So yeah, he's pure mercenarying it and hoping to pick up a trophy, which obviously isn't working for him so far. Otherwise, he might do, I don't know, Harry Kane or something. Just pop over to Bayern, collect a couple of trophies, something like that. But yeah, I mean, like I think people are also, because of that win, now none of us can really complain that much about things like the lineups. Ferguson isn't starting, and I think that's what Potter did with that victory. He just bought himself that kind of cushion, and it's all about the result. Yeah, of course, it would be nice to have a team facing a lot of trouble turn up and have a nice, comfortable result for once in a while. But just a string of rip wins, string of 3 points, somehow at least finished like top 10 as a dream to end the season.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, to be fair, I think when I was watching the game again at Arsenal, and I'm looking at the team now, just going through it. I mean, the funniest thing, I don't know if you would have seen it if you only watched the highlights, but you may have seen a clip of when Ward-Prowse was outpaced by the Arsenal keeper, and ridiculously outpaced by him. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was so fun. Even I was absolutely peeing myself just in terms of like they were all ripping Ward-Prowse, and even I had to. Just, oh man, I didn't realise how bad he was, but yeah, that was quite hilarious. There was a lot of funny moments. Could have done better. That was one of his better games. He actually his movement was really good. So he was sort of bringing people out of position. Bowen obviously good. Skulls for me was, I just like Skulls. I really like Skulls. So I'm glad to see him starting again. Is there anyone you would have swapped out? Or anyone on the bench apart from maybe Ferguson? Anyone else you would have played or started?
Not really, just because of the result and the way that the result came about, like the work rate that went into that. It just does make sense to not change things, even if it is a Ferguson on at half time. And I did see people in the comments earlier saying, is this a bit confusing because if Ferguson is the one that Potter wants, would he not give him game time? But I think we do know Ferguson is a long-term thinker, and if he thinks if Ferguson isn't particularly wanted back at Brighton and he doesn't want to go back, it seems quite a safe bet that he'll stay with us anyway. And there's still enough games to go. I don't know however many games there are, like 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah.
So we still got enough time to play him. But yeah, I mean, some of the score predictions are already coming in. Nakanis says 3-0. We've done this before. The only thing I'll say is that we have done this before this season. I thought we'd win. I thought we'd beat Brentford. I didn't think we'd lose 2-0 against Palace. I didn't think it would be 0-0 against Everton, even though that was under a different manager, obviously. That's my only slight caution, and that we've been in this situation before, being optimistic. And
we're favourites by. I didn't look at the odds beforehand, but just generally, we've got to be.
Yeah, I think West Ham was 6-10, so obviously that's as close as 1-2.
Must admit, I had a cheeky fiver on Bowen to score 2 tonight, 6-1. That was my little bet. I think that was too bad.
That's not bad. Got some food chat in the chat. Real Dream fancies bringing up tagine. God knows why, but tagine is very Moorish. White Craig, a skip is a crisp, but a crisp is actually a skip because chips are actually fries. I'm truly confused. Yeah, I'm not going to try.
A lot of people saying that skips are maize and not potato. To be fair, same as Pringles. Pringles are like hardly any potato in that.
Yeah, Pringles was actually mentioned. We've also got a Scouser. Big up West Ham. Come on, West Ham. You've already won the title. I mean, I'm glad you're here. But you've already won it. Pringles have no nutritional value, but are very Moorish.
Like all crisps.
Well, yeah. And Stevie Russell says, I don't know if you were here last week. I tried to get a rise out of you by making people do bad Harry Potter jokes because I know it drives you crazy. So some of that came up, but I think you were not. I think you were not here, but you'll be thrilled to know that your obsession with hatred of Harry Potter jokes.
You can always catch last week's watch along. Go back on YouTube.
Was referenced. Yeah, watch it back. Watch 2 hours back and it's in there somewhere. Beetroot crisps exist. Yeah, even for someone who likes to be healthy, when you get those like vegetable, non-potato, like parsnip crisps, what's the point?
I'm going to throw a spanner in the works there. I love them. Beetroot crisps are so nice.
What are they? What are they called? What's that brand called? Something beginning with T, Tyrell's or something?
I don't know what you mean. Yeah, those ones. Oh, they're so nice. And even the parsnip ones. But then I'm a Sunday roast man, so I'll take parsnips all day long.
I'm waiting for DC to put in exactly where you take parsnips. That was back when.
I can't seem to do the comments, so you're driving that.
I think Richard Barlow I'm hoping he's talking about the football. Obviously, with what's in the news these days, got to be careful. Got to be careful with what you say. Ironix agrees with you about the whole Rice thing. Even Slapper still loves it. I mean, it's fun to boo him. I think, he does. Leon goes with them up in China. They love Rice out there. Very true. Absolutely.
I don't even boo Rice. I wouldn't boo Rice even if he plays for Arsenal. I think he did enough for us that. Look, I don't want him to win. I don't want him to win against us, but I wouldn't boo him. He's one of those players that he'll always be welcome back. And we don't have, that doesn't happen too often in football these days. So he'll come back to us one day.
Bobby Singleton. I'm a West Ham fan living on Liverpool. It's supposed to be in Liverpool, but on does make it funny. Also, lots of really optimistic score predictions. at this point.
Is there any way that Leicester can beat? I mean, Vardy, what is he now? 38, 39?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. I didn't think we'd go goalless against Brentford and Palace.
Brentford are a good team. They're a really good team. They've got. I mean, Malumba, I'd love him at West Ham. He's a powerful striker. So I think I'd definitely take him all day long. There's a few Brentford players I'd definitely take at West Ham.
I mean, Leicester.
Yes,
Leicester are definitely in a bad way. Low on confidence, bad results. Some other West Ham YouTubers did say they wanted Van Nistelrooy at West Ham. I was always very much against it because obviously just an ex-Man U player is very much a no for me. But yeah, of course they can beat us. Anyone can beat us. We're West Ham. This is what we do. We snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. But you'd hope, even though we've started with the players we have, you'd hope that at least we're not going to sit back. Like, for example, even with this formation, we'll have something ready to go forward, whether that is, the wing backs can get even further forward at this point as players step out onto the pitch, bubbles blow in the air.
I think Wan-Bissaka's going to be vital in this game. I think him pushing on he's going to turn the back five into that stronger midfield. I think he'll have a really good game. I don't know who he's up against, but I mean, because they've got a few. I know Justin James. I think they had 3 players, Vestergaard as well. They had 3 players that had just passed late fitness tests, so they're not going up to speed, and they're poor morale and form anyway. So I'm just hoping that if we really go at them, knacker them out, and then we can just dominate them in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, we can go through their team again. They've got that Wout face. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Wout Fies, Wout Fies, or something. He's always worth a mistake. He does a lot of mistakes. I want to take this opportunity. Obviously, Gio's mentioned Match Bingo. If you haven't used Match Bingo before, just go to the description below. There's a link. Click on it. Go to Match Bingo. DC tried to do it, I think, last week, and he couldn't do it. So your job is just to prove you're more intelligent than DC is, and click the link, sign up. Put in £10, you'll get £10 extra deposit, and then you just buy your £2 cards and you wait for a bunch of stuff to happen in the game. So even if it's a boring game, you might win some money. And the other thing I want to plug, because it's a charity in the southeast of England, it's called Head in the Game. So Head in the Game is about suicide awareness and prevention, mental health. It started as mental health for men, but it's also for women now. What they do is around Kent, and they work with the West Ham United Foundation. They set up just like amateur fun sports events. I will tell you about one that's coming up now. But what they do, if people, let's say men who don't usually talk about mental health and this kind of thing, if people think they might be just struggling or they want to talk to someone or open up, they go to these Head in the Game events, and you just have a bit of a chat. You play a game of football, 7-a-side or something, and that's basically it. So they've got one coming up in Dartford. It starts Thursday, 20th of March, and it's just like 7:30 p.m. You just turn up and have a kickabout. You can sign up, but there's no pressure, no commitment or obligation. And if you want to know more about them, it's headinthegame.co.uk, or go to Facebook, search for Head in the Game, and you'll find their charity. So they've got a Facebook community, and you can find out more on their website about Head in the Game.
Good shout, Nick. Okay, and we are less than a minute away from kickoff. Just while we do that, Nick, the only slight question mark or doubt I kind of have, pace-wise, is having Alvarez, Ward-Prowse, and Soucek in the middle. Is that a concern for you?
I just think, I come back to the Villa game because I thought the Villa 1-1 was it's a good example of tactics when you come up against a team that you know had good players, but you actually have the confidence to stretch the pitch more. So you're not just going to push up because for the sake of it, to try and squeeze everything together. So again, with this formation, I think the back three don't need to push up, particularly in this game. So I'm hoping that Vardy's pace won't be against us.
DC's left you a lovely note in the comments. I'll let you read that one out.
He just wants attention. Simon has put £50, which I think that's a record.
Love that. Well done, Simon. He probably put a fiver and put an extra zero, and he's sitting there now going, "Oh crap! How can I get that back?"
Yeah, I mean,
you can't, mate. Unlucky.
Dire financial straits, and that's an error. Then hammerschat@gmail.com. But thank you very much for that, Simon.
Appreciate that, Simon.
Richard B makes a little punny thing there as we're about 20 seconds in, and Leicester have possession, about to, presumably get a first-minute goal. No, it goes out for a goal kick.
Shamrock Dan said, "Bloke should all." I can't seem to get the comments up, so you're going to have to. You're driving comments tonight, Nick, for some reason. But Shamrock Dan says, "Bloke should also get their prostate checked." And DC apparently is volunteering.
Really not helpful for Jeff Watson said, "What accents are you planning on doing tonight?" Whatever comes up. You can't rush a bad accent, Jeff. You can't plan these things. I think prostate check he was going for. Obviously, prostrate would. Very rancid. I wasn't looking to the last Leicester game, but this time I was. Yeah, I mean, Leicester have had the ball for the first minutes of this football game, so we're kind of starting where we left off against Arsenal and just sitting back and defending. Despite my prediction that we would not be doing that, as Alvarez nicely closes down and they get a throw in. Maybe Simon thought he was on OnlyFans. No, we'd like to know more about Simon at this point. Leicester still with the football, crossing it in, headed away by Kilman. Leicester on the edge of the area. Bad shot, dribbles through, Areola collects.
Let's hope we can get on the ball now then.
Yes, it'd be nice to have some actual possession.
What are your actual thoughts on that Leicester kit, by the way?
Hideous.
It's a strange one, isn't it?
I mean, it's all over the place. There's a lot of bad kits this year. I think, the Southampton away is terrible.
Must be a pattern because they're all going down. Those are the bad kits, Southampton and Leicester.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, Arsenal's away bluey kit is terrible. And Man City's away kit is horrible. It's kind of maroony in some way. It's just not really relevant City. It's just not really a football top. It's more like a fashion.
So horriblist.
Yeah, it's a new word.
He's picking people up on their grammar, so
I mean, as long as enough people use it, it can become a word.
Yeah, it can go in.
Okay, well, I mean, we're near their box, but it's just bobbling around, headers everywhere, no possession, scrappy. Kudus does very well to win it, and unnecessarily does a little kind of flick over back to Skulls. But we are attacking now. We look confident on the ball as Alvarez loses possession. But we've got a nice bit of pass and move going. We're all crushed over there, which is quite nice to see at that point, actually, because we had about 6-7 players that could have been involved in that. Sometimes we had that against Arsenal, so I think that's definitely a Potter thing, to get over and provide support rather than just watch and wait.
Can you see yet the kind of style that he's looking to implement, or do you think he changes it? Because like with Moyes Lopetegui, I think this was our style and this is what we're sticking with. But Potter's, he mixes up a bit, so I don't think he kind of. I can't really see. This is definitely the style that we're kind of playing at the moment, or is it just too early?
I mean, he was known for chopping and changing things up at Brighton, but yeah, I think I just think there's some small things that he'll maintain. I mean, firstly, there's a certain attitude. I think we definitely, I mean, comparing things to the Lopetegui era, which obviously was the least tactical era of all time since maybe Avram Grant, at least you can see that the ball moves, quickly. Players are told not to hang on to it, just get the ball and then release it. So that's one. And then I also mentioned the fact that it's stretching using more of the pitch. But apart from that, I just think he's obviously being pragmatic. And we'll barely know until August.
I think when you got a game like this, and I know it's like, do do we risk it? But I still think games like this, where you're playing a team that's so devoid of any cohesion or just togetherness at all, as Leicester are, they're all over the shop. They're terrible. Like, just go for it. Really get the crowd on your side. You know, give someone a thumping. You've not given anyone a thumping for a while.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get in there. Slight weak defensive header from a Leicester player. I mean, we've had possession for the last, few minutes mainly. It just, even without the sound, which doesn't help, if you're going to have a gut feeling, it feels like Leicester are, ready to crack at any moment when we go forwards. So I still think it will be. I still think it'll be fine. Dad's Army has immediately changed his mind based on the first couple of minutes. Western Swing writes a little love letter to the aforementioned.
Yeah, agree with that.
Muller boy. Dad's Army said we've parked the bus. I mean, we haven't quite parked the bus, and we've had possession. First couple of minutes, they had the ball. That was, that's going to happen. But yeah, I think we're easing our way into it. They're not pressing us at all. Tadebo's got the ball in defence now. Bowen's doing a slightly self-indulgent thing sometime by 80 when you kind of come back and then just pass it back to the defender to get on the ball. But apart from that, it's Leicester who are going to just sit and wait for the whole of this game. So for Ricky B, and once his 60% possession, I think we may even exceed that.
I agree. Yeah, we should be having more than that, I think. In this game, we should do. Because they're just going to want to counter. That's all they're going to do.
Yeah, nice pass through. Dakotas collects well, goes up skulls. It is going to be a lot of this, which is quite good because at least we are moving it. And that's all we need to do. Percy says nothing will outdo that awful menu circuit from the 90s. Was that the half green, half white?
Yeah, that was rank. Yeah, was it the blue and white one? Like sort of diamondy type thing.
That was quite bad as well. Yeah.
I mean, I used to, when it first came out, that Arsenal away kit, the black and yellow one, I hated, but it's kind of become iconic. But I hated it when it first came out. I was like, oh, it's awful. I don't like it now or anything, but it kind of
at that point in time, I had nothing against Arsenal at all. Didn't mind them, but
now
things change.
Not as much as Spurs, though. It's got to be Spurs. It's got to be the worst one, isn't it? Which football team do you hate the worst? I mean, it's got to be Spurs, isn't it? Even more than Millwall.
No, I was saying last week. Now it is Arsenal, just because of they've become caricatures of themselves.
I mean, I hate Arteta. Can't stand Arteta. What a whiny git. Even when they win, he's such a miserable. Yeah, like his missus must be like, "Oh, cheer up, you miserable git," every day.
Yeah, he's a lot of that. I mean, he was the one that put that silly song in before kickoff, and he was the one who encouraged some of the fans to wear black. And yeah, he's just a horrible person. He's not nice to like journalists or anyone. James Allen, again, this time it became really difficult, just the unorganized way they play. I suppose, James, although how quickly times change, now we're looking down on others for being. I mean, if the game is a bit dull, bad kit chat. Jeff has a Liverpool kit from the 90s. If you are going to reference a kit, Jeff, maybe describe what it looked like and why you don't like it.
I think my favourite was, I used to love Fiorentina's purple one when Batistuta played for him. That was beautiful.
Yep. That was classic.
Not a great pass there from Bowen.
Obviously, then Sampdoria one will always come up as well.
With the
Lombardi
blue one with a white sort of stripe going around, right? White and red stripe. Yeah, it was cool.
Football teams we have to beat: Newcastle, Everton, and Spurs. Why Newcastle?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Newcastle. Only I did have a friend that chose to support them, even though he has no links with them, and he was from Kent, but he chose to support them in the 90s because of Alan Shearer.
I mean, that was a good team. Yeah, I definitely don't think Newcastle's a team to beat, but Spurs and Everton. Obviously, Everton now is a we've got to beat them. We've got to beat them. Even more than Spurs. I mean, if you had to pick one that you had to win, Everton or Spurs?
Yeah, I definitely took them.
Yeah, it's got to be in it.
Yeah, and especially that's at home, and we had that horrible loss to them away. If you're wondering what's happening in the football game, just passing and moving, but not getting. If we go to their final third, we change our mind and we come back, which is okay at this point.
Not been a shot yet, has there?
No. Although did Kilman foul Vardy? No.
Yeah, it's all very passive, feeling each other out at the moment. I think someone put it in the group there. I'm going to find who it was. Dad's Army said 4 at the back would have been fine. I agree. I mean, I don't know why we've gone 5 at the back, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a criticism again after that victory, but obviously I think Potter's gone for the nice option of keeping with a winning team, which I still understand. Like, you've got to say, okay, thank you.
Yeah, who would you drop, I guess?
Yeah, more or less. There has been a shot, apparently.
Just seen Leon Nikra's comment there. I agree with that. I can't click it. That's the one.
That one.
Yeah. Absolutely agree, Leon. That's a very good description.
Very nice. Love this spot to keep with the Seabell present when the season crashes around January. Not bad, not bad.
Nice. Well done.
John Thresher, just not quite sure what that's about.
Jeff says there has been a shot. I can't remember. It was a shot. I mean, there was that like a really weak pass back that Areola kind of collected.
Oh, yeah, I guess that was, if you want to call that a shot.
Yeah, I won't count in that one. Leicester got the ball, just doing nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what that bad Liverpool kit was from the 90s that Jeff referenced.
What was the sponsor? That usually helps. He was a sponsor at the time. You remember that, Jeff? Like Crown Paints. What else did they have?
I mean, you've got to admire the Leicester fans.
Heineken.
Turning up to this. Because they're definitely going to all be from Leicester.
A donation there from GP. Thank you, mate. I'll let you read out the comment, though.
Not really quite sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, you know, I think Gio would probably thank you for both the £2 and the comment.
It must have been a dream.
Yeah.
Sounds more like a nightmare to me.
Not working without a striker, no chances. Yeah, I think we've all spotted the flaw in this. Don't change a winning team aspect of things when having Thomas Souček in the midfield at this point against Leicester City at home. No real reason for doing that.
I mean, it's a totally different game plan, though, isn't it? Playing Arsenal versus playing Leicester, you should be playing a different way. So I don't know. I would have liked to seen it a bit more attacking, to be honest. But we're not doing anything wrong, but it's just a bit meh at the moment.
Thank God my dog didn't bark. Wasn't it Coventry had a shit brown kit once? Did they have a poo brown kit?
I'm going to go with that.
Passing it around. Wan-Bissaka tackles nicely. Drives them back.
God. Yeah, that's a 1978 kit. Commentary. That is horrible. Yeah, I can see why they didn't keep that one.
Yeah, we need to be more direct. Leicester win a foul on the halfway line. Still want to see Irving.
You love Irving, didn't you?
I don't know what he's done wrong.
No, he did have a good game. When he started, he was really good, actually. Very calm on the ball.
Yeah. Let's have a look. If you haven't done it yet, also please give this video a thumbs up. See, there's lots of admin that we can do while this boring game continues to take place. If you're watching the mobile, if you just X the chat down, you see a thumbs up. 409 likes currently. If you could just X 9. Like that, bump the numbers up. That's what makes G happy, as well as people having, like GP, having wet dreams about him and paying £2 for the pleasure. That's all he's worth. A couple of quid.
Jeff Watson ask a good question, actually. Would you swap Ings for Vardy? I'm not saying one either, but would you swap Ings for Vardy?
Yes. If that for some reason, if that was the choice.
And that's a bad transfer window if you have to do that.
Yeah. We've had some Some people, the black kit we had previously a few seasons ago, I think was better because for some reason the Umbro badge on this one has gone like dark pink in the middle, which is a bit weird.
It's just the green. I can't stand the arm. That big green blob on the arm is so bad. Just awful. Don't know why it's there. Sorry for West Ham sponsors, but yeah, it makes it ugly.
David Green is a shit. It's 11:15 in Zanzibar, and I have to go fishing at 5.
What are you fishing for in Zanzibar? What sort of things are you catching out there?
Crocodiles, I imagine. I see we're keeping it tight. It is fine. I do understand a bit of Tadibo gets no. Thought we'd won a corner there, but it's a goal kick. It's fine. It's fine. It's gonna be game of two halves. Ferguson won at half time. It was decent work by Tadibo. I mean, he was right up. So, but he was basically playing right winger at that point, close to winning us a corner. So
He was really good.
That could have popped in.
Yeah, he was really good at Arsenal today, though. He was good. You think he was training on his own when it was Lopetegui, so glad that he's back in the fold. And Mavropanos isn't.
Yeah, this is what, and also because people, the stadium is something that we're always going to be talking about unless there's some changes in its administration, and it can be changed. But if you turn up for this game, it's difficult to get yourself going. If you were sat there watching this, Jamie Vardy attacks, no one to pass to, cut out by Cresswell. James Gunn goes for a Green Day pun reference at that point. Not bloody Crocs. Davy Green turns Australian. 3.5 kilos of tuna or a kingfish. There you go. Australian. Australian was the first accent there. Jeff Watson was asking earlier.
Not too bad. 19 minutes in.
Yeah.
Chris says, what was the point of loaning Ferguson? I mean, we don't like playing strikers. We do.
Okay, Cresswell is now urging people forwards. I think he's got bored.
Who's that who gave away the ball before that Scar, wasn't it? It was a bad pass. Won it back though. Good work.
Should we have a West Ham quiz, anyone? Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Olive Hammers. I can't knock one up right now, but
don't use ChatGPT.
Yeah, don't use Chat. If you do, you have to. It's just a funny thing. You have to say and like double check your own answers, and then it goes, "Oh, okay." Souček. Oh, so you hate Souček, do you? Well, no, it's all like that, Chris Martin. You bloody do, mate. Look, no. Ball comes into the box, goes to no one. Leicester get possession and try to bring it out. How can we change stadium? Lansdowne Hospital, London, find no chance of new stadium, not now. So there's 2 places. I have researched it. I had nothing else to do. Hackney Marshes has space around it because there is some what you call like industrial land or something that's just warehouses. Some of those warehouses are for sale, but not all of them. And the other one is Barking, which you might say is a bit far east. There has been a new like complex near Barking, but it's actually on the river, and they've got like permission for however many hundreds of millions of pounds of development to go there. So that is in theory where we can move the stadium. The other one is because the stadium talk always comes up, and I have mixed feelings about it, but in a nutshell, when it comes up, if people who like adamantly hate the stadium and really believe that it's not right for us for various reasons, the only way to make change is not through saying the fans don't like it, it's by bringing up the taxpayer issue again and again and again. Because the only thing that makes change in the real world is money and finance, economy, tax, all these sorts of things. So the taxpayers are paying about £1 million a week, allegedly. That figure was on the Sun, so it's probably bullshit. But it's close to that they have to pay for the various services that go around it. So if the taxpayer really knew that they were funding West Ham, then maybe we'd be forced to buy it, and then we could make, changes and upgrades.
How can you change it though? I don't think you can really do much to it now.
Oh, could have shot Souček, goal. Is it offside? I think it's offside. Is it? Souček continues to celebrate. But
minute you on?
He did this, and he didn't do a helicopter spin.
No helicopter
So I think
spin.
even he thinks he might be offside. It was, could have shot and it was saved. Could have shot from about 3 yards out, and Souček was right there as well. Either one of them could be offside at this point. Let's have a look. Ball bobbled over the top. No, Souček through to Bowen. He's on by a whisker, but he's on. Bowen gets the ball through. He's almost tackled by one. Comes out right to the right corner flag. Nice little inside pass to Souček. He's on there. Ball goes through over the top, over to the left side. Gets cleared. Cresswell has it on the left. Crosses in. Everyone's on at that point. Both Kudus and Souček. Yeah, and then Souček is behind the ball for the touch. Goal. 1-0 West Ham. Thomas Souček. For all idiot people like me who just said that Souček wasn't a great idea, there he goes. Super Thomas Souček from 5 yards out.
Say not a header.
That goal smells of relegation.
Yeah, it was not a classic by any means, but
No,
we'll take it.
One Leicester defender just kind of standing there.
Oh,
And a lovely little tackle.
yeah.
There you go. That'll get the crowd on their feet.
Vestergaard, wasn't it? Just standing off, helping them stay on side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
There we go. Now, just before the goal, we can also bring up slow and boring football. Do you mean brilliant attacking, crossing stuff? Yeah, Regan brings up the concessions thing. That obviously did work because of fan pressure. There's no way they would have done that unless there was fan pressure. They wouldn't have just changed their mind and gone, you know what? If people had been very quiet or just given up, but they were getting harangued about it, even on, on all platforms, but also even on LinkedIn when Jack Sullivan would pop up and say, oh, I've got this wonderful podcast and this kind of thing. People would also go on all over the place and say, and bring that up. So I believe that had something to do with it. Sadibo passes back nicely. Areola gets it out to Cresswell. But the stadium issue, I think that's a bigger one. But yeah, what can you do about that? The first thing is, it doesn't sound much, but I think bringing in the sides would be something.
But that's like structural changes. It costs so much. It just won't happen. And while we're not paying anything for it, they're not going to do it because we've got it so cheap. It's 99-year lease, wasn't it? So it's way too long. We'll be OAPs by the time anything's done about that, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. The size thing, I don't think it would be that difficult to make that one change. But a lot of it is the football we've had. I think the stadium, if you win a quarter-final in the Europa League, the atmosphere is going to speak for itself. If you were coming up to the end of the season and you were vying for maybe fifth or something, games mattered, it would just be different than what we've had. So that's why I personally I'm kind of on the fence about it.
We're talking about, I guess, we're looking ahead, quite a bit ahead, I guess, but this season's now is done and dusted. We're not going to go down. We're not going to get anywhere near Europe. So we'll just coast to the end of this season. But what do you think we'll finish next year? Or does that all depend on transfers?
It's a tricky one. I still hope for 7th and up, just because we'll have some form of spending power. I believe we've got the right manager for the long term, and we should have the youngsters coming back from loan. So you put all those things together, you've got to be, ambitious. There's decent
Still a
cross.
striker. I think the problem is, I think teams around have got stronger, haven't they? It's been a weird season. It has been a weird season in so many ways. So many teams out there that have overperformed and the big teams that have underperformed. So it's been a really strange one, which is why Liverpool are just walking it. It comes in.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll say the same thing. I don't think next year we'll just return to, the usual top 5 or 6. I think others will continue to get in there, and then you also have things like the teams that have done well this season, like Brentford or not Brentford, Bournemouth, for example. If a club like that gets into Europe, then it's amazing, and also then gives you a certain set of problems with the Thursday Sunday thing as well. And then that, if we're not in Europe, that might as well give us something. Just being wildly ambitious and optimistic at this point in time, and then there's going to be clubs that are just. I mean, people wanted Amorim as well. A lot of people wanted Amorim.
Yeah.
He's been unable to motivate a bunch of footballers.
I mean, that's the most poisonous club in the world at the moment, isn't it? You wouldn't know it. I know it's a great name, it's a big name, but Christ, it's everything about it. Like the whole, even like not giving staff, like giving them soup and bread, like it's Oliver Twist times. It's just mental. Like the things that go on there now. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I mean, I love it. I just watch it and think, mental. Like, how can a club that generates billions, all right, they're in debt, but they generate billions, can be so tight when it comes to soup and bread? It's probably watered down bread and all. So watered down soup and stale bread or something.
Watered down bread, gruel.
Yeah, just mush.
Yeah, I mean, it is good because a lot of obviously, the fake Man U fans will still not realise it, but the genuine Man U fans now actually see what the rest of us have seen for a long time. That Mark Goldbridge has been doing some funny bits, ranting about it, like reading out the press releases saying that, we've saved £8 million so that we can provide better commercial value for our partners. And he's just sarcastically ranting about it, saying like, get in. No one else can say that. Commercial value for our partners. You can keep your league title.
Jeff has said he's got a feeling that Liverpool will win it with 3 or 4 games to go at this rate. Yeah, definitely. Can't see any. No one's going to catch that.
No, not at all. Yeah, Dave, you could play our football at Red Plate Stadium and get his bored Argentinians.
Yeah, I thought the goal might spark a bit of life into it, but it's kind of just gone back to the same as it was before, isn't it?
That's fine. They were waiting for the inevitable Ferguson hat trick. Hasib also thinks we'll be stronger. Jeff also, stadium is fine.
Yeah, it's fine, isn't it? It's fine, but we just want to see. I mean, if you go in there, you just want to see better football, like more attacking football. I just don't want another defensive manager. So I hope we kind of drop this 5 at the back, or at least have really attacking wing backs. But they've not gone forward. Wan-Bissaka's not really been attacking it at all, was he? And neither was Scholes so far.
Yeah, it's not the most fun game of football to watch. That's true, but we're still 1-0 up. We've had most possession. We look confident on the ball. After this, we've obviously got Bowen gets fouled. Obviously, we've got a weekend off, and then we've got that really weird. I know it gets a bit weird sometimes with international breaks, but in March, we've got 2 games in the space of 5 days, and then we've got a 3-week holiday. So we've only got 2 games in March, and then the next one is like April the something, 2nd or 3rd or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think, Wolves. Oh, is it go Wolves away, Liverpool at home, someone else at home?
Can't stand England games. So boring. I mean, England games are boring.
Yeah.
Unless it's a tournament. Tournaments are the nuts. Friendly is pointless.
Cresswell, no. Ward-Prowse gets it in, headed away.
I'd love to see Ward-Prowse score a free kick. Come on.
I mean, he's getting game time. It has to happen eventually at some point. It'd be nice if it happened in meaning. If it was like
last minute winner.
Yeah, against Tottenham at home or something.
another Lanzini moment.
Leicester pass it to their defence and knock it around slowly. Yeah, they've given up for the season. I didn't have them to be relegated. I thought with what they came up with, they might be all right. But then they obviously Van Nistelrooy's now got a worse record than Cooper.
Yeah, that was tough. And yeah, you're right. I mean, there were. I think people were saying yes, I'd take Van Nistelrooy, just because they couldn't stand any more Lopetegui. I don't think it was. It's kind of like saying if somebody's starving, you throw them a cracker, it's the best fit. Like anything, a cracker would do. Like a mouldy cracker, I'll take it. And I think that we were starved of any entertainment as West Ham fans. That would have done us. But I think Potter's really good. You know, when he's in his press conferences, he's got a bit about him. I think we can just buy into him a lot more than the last few managers we've had. So
there's a lot of things he does, like going to watch the under-18s and stuff like that. Because we do have a lot of players through. I mean, Gonzo mentioned in the video last week that some youth player had left West Ham and gone to somewhere else, and it wasn't a top club, but their youth setup was actually better than ours in the number of staff they had around it, the infrastructure, the way they analysed games and this kind of thing. However, with the player, obviously winning the youth FA Cup final and with the players that we've gone through, I think with Potter it's definitely the right one. I think we finally found him, even though he'll still get things wrong and will moan at times. That's just part of it. But I think he's looking at the whole club, not just coming in and taking it as a job.
Did you see that he got the train home from the Arsenal game? Didn't drive home.
I did see that. I was just surprised because the photo I saw of that was all the same photo. I was surprised that not one other person got a photo.
Yeah, he was standing up as well. I was like, how busy was that? What? So, yeah, it made me laugh. Brave.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been the most epic lookalike in the world.
Yeah, maybe.
As the Leicester keeper pumps it clear, and we have a throw in 32 minutes. Bit of argy-bargy in the chat, always like that. Lord of the Dead tells James to calm down. James throws back an insult. Now, does anyone remember a West Ham player that was involved with an argument with another West Ham player over the last word in James Gunn's message there? This is real West Ham trivia. Someone wanted a West Ham quiz. This is arcane knowledge at this point. The West Ham player at the time was not a West Ham player, and he had an argument with the West Ham goalkeeper over that word.
What was the word? So I didn't see.
Just bring up James Gunn's slanderous message again. I'm sure he's proud of that.
Don't know.
Anyone remember? This is, I don't know why I remember this. I mean, I can Google after this if you're as bored as I am. I'll put you out of your misery. It was Paolo Di Canio, when he was not a West Ham player, had an argument with David James, and Paolo Di Canio called David James that word. And then David James, being a well-educated, smart person, went on about some form of history of that word is related to a small group of people who lived on the mountains of Switzerland or something. You might think I've gone absolutely mad, but I'm going to Google it now.
Is this on a pitch? Must have added extra time for that.
Paolo Di Canio, David James, and then that word. Yeah, in his autobiography, Paolo Di Canio referred to David James as this word. Di Canio is known for speaking his mind. Yeah.
I love Paolo.
They had a little spat with West Ham knowledge. Yeah. No, Paolo described me in his book as a moron and a cretin after I refused to shake his hand following a League Cup game.
Michael P, or Mike Hammer G, brackets. Oh, Mike Hammer 6, I should say. Says we need some flair. We do need some flair. We haven't really got flair players. What's happening to Paqueta? Any news on his ban?
More hearsay. Just
Going on for a while, isn't it?
just more ifs and buts. But I mean, it sounds to me like it's still the FA backing themselves into a corner relentlessly by being stubborn. And they this thing should have been in February, right? And they were the ones that then dragged it out, which it's you could you could almost take legal action against someone for just like mental abuse by having this thing hanging over you and then going, oh no, it's not February now, it's in later, we're not doing it now. So it's still all over the place. We haven't heard anything about Paqueta's injury. He did get injured at almost this time last season. It was January though, with a just mystery calf injury that we heard nothing about, and then he took 4 games off. And there was a video of him in the hospital having some form of drip or something attached to his leg. But yeah, I just found he was like, oh, he's suddenly had an injury. That we heard it was just his ankle. He's got a gammy ankle. He'll have 4 games off. I found that a bit weird.
Do it at Christmas.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a Brazilian holiday at this point.
What minute are you on, Nick?
36:20.
Okay. I'm a little bit behind. I'm trying to catch up.
Jeff also thinks that the reason he's not playing is something to do with something. Tadibo looks good. Yeah. I mean, easy game for the defence, I'll say. Just knock it around acres of time and space.
Needs to be a few more shots in this game.
I mean, we're 66 possession. We've got possession count going our way.
Ooh.
Yeah, a bit like a training match. At least we're winning it. At least we haven't let in an early goal. So we're, onwards and upwards.
You think Leicester are going to have to go for it now, wouldn't you? You think they have to push forward? I mean, they need points. They can't be sitting back and trying to counter and even get into 1-1. They've really got to go for it. But
at this point,
they've offered nothing.
I think it's safe to say the players are just collecting a wage at this point. Turning up for training, listening to Van Nistelrooy say whatever he said that just hasn't worked at all. And then thinking about, how long do they have left on their contract? Are the games going to be easier in the Championship? If you're just a Leicester player on the pitch now and you've got 3, 4, 5 years left on your contract or something, and you just think, oh, fine, I'll just go and play in the Championship. That's right.
I mean, Vardy would probably be like, I'll take that, because he can't stay in the Prem, can he? But he can do another season, so he'll get another 1 year extension.
Gets it back to Bowen. No room, shot but wide. Not a bad opportunity, but completely crowded out.
I think Vardy's on 140 grand a week. That's mental, isn't it?
That's a lot of people. Tom O'Connor is so slow. Green is not happy at this point, wishing for Ferguson at half time. Speedy box to box midfielder. Yeah, Leicester are playing like they're 1-0 up. Very true.
Yeah.
Hammer Crew. Reminds me of Game of Thrones, that name. GP's trying to take you over to another channel to get a PS5. Thanks for that. Yeah, I mean, Potter isn't improving. We are winning. Like the previous one would have had us losing and playing like this. So we're 1-0 up. We're on course for 6 points out of 6. Wins back to back. And then we got 2 weeks off until the Newcastle game, which they've got. Is that I think that's 5 days before their game. I think their final. Let's have a look. Newcastle fixtures. Yeah, we're Monday the 10th, 8 p.m. Obviously, we're at home in that game, Newcastle, and then they're obviously cup final on the 16th. So not a full week, but finishing in Monday, finishing in London on a Monday night. 4 days. You might rest a couple. Will you rest Isaac? I think Isaac was injured for their game against Liverpool last night.
Okay, as this boring game just peters along, got a question for you. There are 5 first-team players out of contract at the end of this year. And would you keep any of them? I'll tell you who they are. They're Antonio, Sufal, Creswell, Fabianski, and Danny Ings. Would you let them all go?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Antonio, you'd kind of have to, because
100%.
Sufal's the one that's a kind of question mark for me.
Yeah, he's done for. He can't play in this league anymore. He had an okay game in his last game because he had a very, very simple job to do in a back 5. But he's done for. You know, either bring through our youth or get another youth back up.
He's so cheap. I know that's a bad thing to say. He's like one of the lowest paid players, isn't he? I don't know, mate. I'm going to look how much.
We'll waste the money anyway. You know, the money will get spent in either clever ways or silly ways. So no, they've all got to go. It's a nice way to just have a clear out all in one go. Like I said, bring back in youngsters. We can have on the bench. We can have Earthy, Potts, Orford, Casey. Scars has now promoted himself. Maybe Potts could start to promote himself. Mm-hmm. Even, you know, we've got Kodua is his name. I know it's Gideon Kodua. It's just when I say it, it sounds weird. He's on loan. He's a right back. You know, if you're going to have them,
yeah, I prefer you. Right.
Just put them on the bench, give them minutes, and if they're not good enough, find another 18, 19, 20-year-old and get them on the bench instead. That's just, you know, basic way to do it.
What about, isn't Carl Walker-Peters, Southampton? He's a right back, isn't he? Is he something you'd take?
No. Some people have said yes, but I don't get it. Every time I've seen him play, there's no point. I don't think he's got another level to go to. I think he's at his level.
Yeah, but he goes forward, doesn't he? He's a right back that goes forward. He does actually bomb forward.
Yes, 2-0. Bowen squeezed in. Squeezy goal from a corner. There we go. See, even it's a boring game. They've had nothing. They're the worst team. We're the better team. We're 2-0 up. Super Jared Bowen scores again. Van Nistelrooy looks surprised.
Another really ugly goal on it. It's just Leicester. They just can't seem to clear anything.
Yeah.
So, love it. 5-0 is on. There's a lot of people saying 5-0.
Yeah, cross comes in, bobbles, and then, oh, God, they gave Bowen that defensively, that's criminal. He was so far away from the goal, right by the touchline. How is that squeezed in? He was on the 6-yard line, about half a yard away from the touchline. Vardy didn't get him. No one else came near him.
And Leicester defender turned his back against Bowen. It's not the biggest.
That's really terrible.
Bad. Was it Vardy that did it? Turn his back.
Yeah, there was another defender. Is his name Vestergaard? Or I get my name.
Oh, he's awful.
Yeah, it was Vestergaard. Yeah, Vestergaard just froze, basically. Bowen's about 2 yards away from Vestergaard, who's on the line pretty much, and he just freezes.
Oh, it comes off the keeper's arm as well. I mean, when it's not going for you, it's not going for you.
Yeah. I did place a couple of bets on this, and I can't remember what I did.
Who scored the first one?
Souček.
Oh, I had Bowen to score 2. I wonder if that will go down as an own goal. I don't know. Do you think was that on target? I couldn't quite tell from the angle.
No, it must have been. Must have been on target. Let's have a look. No. I mean, I've got £1 turning to £18. Let's see if that captures that. As that was on Arsenal and us to win this game. So a massive £17 profit on the way.
You was really confident on that one, weren't you?
No, I got 4-1 Bowen anytime. So at this point, I don't even think Leicester can get one at this.
They've not looked like it, have they?
I mean, they can always amaze us with our defence. So 4-1 maybe. I've also
Depends
got.
if they bring Mavropanos on.
Yeah, that's true. I've got Bowen anytime 3-0. I think we might actually score 4 in this game.
It's looking like it against these. Oh, yeah, I think that wasn't target. Thank God.
See, David Green he's just chasing excitement. Come on, dudes, we're winning. That's enough. We're winning 2-0. Ferguson on at half time and in the game 5-0. David Green bit only changes Emerson scores. David Green, cheer up, mate.
I mean, to be honest, Ferguson's second half hat trick, that's got to be some good odds.
Bowen has cemented his Irons legend with that goal. Newcastle getting worried.
Almost Paolo Di Canio versus Wimbledon-esque, that one.
Yeah, that's 51. Puskas contender. Puskas was Real Madrid, wasn't he? I think. Is this a training session? Oh, Leicester have got a free kick. Maybe they'll win this. I'd rest Kudus and bring on Ings. This is his game.
Got to bring Ferguson on now, though, isn't there? Isn't he? Second half.
Yep. Gary Lineker, he's one of your own. Half time.
So, Nick, Ferguson on. We're bringing Ferguson on. Who are you taking off?
Stock answer is usually Souček, but he has scored, even though it was from 2 yards.
I'd take Creswell off. Get Creswell off. We just do not need him in the defence. We just have Skulls on the left. Wan-Bissaka. Let's put another striker on. Let's go for it now. I mean,
yeah, may as well.
We've got breathing room. Let's make it a bit more exciting. I think that's where Potter really, that's where I'd like to see a bit more. This game's done. Leicester have offered nothing. They're not going to. They're woeful. Let's really go at them. Let's try and get the goal difference up. Get a bit of excitement amongst the London Stadium attendees, because it wasn't the most exciting game. That's probably the worst 2-0 we'll ever see, but we'll take it. But we could do so much better. We haven't come out of first gear, I don't think, so we really step it up.
Yeah, if there was ever a time that Potter wanted some kind of statement win, I mean, making a statement against Leicester sounds a bit pathetic, but just a big-looking scoreline. I mean, this is the game. It's only going to be maybe Southampton at home that could possibly equal this for a team that have just absolutely given up, don't want to be there. It's just, beyond bad for all those Leicester fans who've actually made the trip to see that, and their team have given up and are just waiting for the end of the season. This is definitely, Ferguson and Guilherme, says Percy.
Yeah, that'd be good to see him.
Check off. Josiah says Chris wanted to stay on Skulls is better for it. That's probably true, but we're not really even doing any defending. Intox is still just has been hurt too many times as a West Ham fan and doesn't want us to.
Typically, I would agree with that, but it's Leicester, and we're at home.
Potter on for Souček, says Mike. That's what's GP's kind of off? I missed that. Chris says keep it the same until 60 minutes. Brad Bill, complete domination.
Yeah, we were dominating them. Why is it always magical about 60 minutes? Why always 60 minutes?
Just a round number.
Yeah, isn't it? Weird.
Of a round number. Louis G says Termal.
That'd be good. All mindset. I'd like to see him.
Nice.
You want what's his name? Come on, you're after Irving, ain't you? Come on and boss it.
Yeah, I mean, it could. There's a lot of things. It could be Ferguson, Irving, Guilherme on, Souček, Cresswell, and I say Ward-Prowse, but that would just be stupidly gung ho at this point.
Mike Solo says bring Guilherme on for Areola.
I mean, yeah, if you did that, we'd still be winning 2-1 at this point, because I think they've only had that one shot on target.
One shot.
Yeah,
pass back.
that's true. Brian Casey can't stop thinking about Zanzibar. Yeah, John Murdoch feels sorry for Kudus and feels sorry for himself. Halftime food. I have nothing. I've already eaten today. I had some homemade bread, and it was very lovely. And now I have water. Like that boring. I was even thinking milk. Maybe a nice hot chocolate with some Baileys in, just to set the night off. But no, I'm having nothing of the sort.
I'm going a bit flash here. So the missus went to the Shard today with work. Brought me back some cake, which probably looks like someone sneezed on it. You can kind of see that. But it's probably about 30 quid for a little tiny cake. So I will tuck into that in a bit.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I mean, Leicester rolling over, says Andy Fenner's very comfortable. Also, Fergie and Ings. Bowen and Kudus rest. That does make sense. But we've got a week off. Team looks solid, no need to change. Does that Bowen goal get credited? It must do. It was definitely going on. I mean, on Sky Sports app, it says Bowen. What about on Paddy Power? Let's have a look at the stats.
Why you do that? Dean just said he smashed some good old-fashioned beans on toast with lots of black pepper on. I mean, it's the food of the gods, isn't it? Beans on toast. It's just such a British thing.
The black pepper. Yeah, I'm not against a squirt of ketchup as well.
Whoa. Ketchup on beans.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you dirty git.
No, two thick pieces of toast, and then you have your hot beans. You've done them, so they're hot. Then you do the fried eggs. Fried eggs go on one bread, beans on the other. A little squirt of ketchup on the beans. HP brown sauce on the eggs. Black pepper. Honestly, just a little squirt. You're not drenching them.
It comes in tomato sauce. You don't need it.
That little squirt, maybe just a little sprinkle grated cheese on the beans. Gruyere, Swiss Gruyere over the beans. Lovely.
No, HP, yes, definitely. But tomato sauce on beans. I bet you.
That is a smidgen. It just lifts it. It gives it that vinegary.
Are you the sort of person that has ketchup on their roast?
No, that's silly. That's nonsense. Baked beans are in tomato sauce, so you're just amplifying what's already there. Obviously, on a roast, no. I mean, obviously, you go gravy, yes. Mint if it's lamb, apple if it's pork, horseradish if it's beef, bit of mustard maybe. Also, if it's bit of mustard if it's beef or chicken.
English, of course, as well. And that French muck.
Yeah, no. Absolutely Brexiteering the mustard.
You've redeemed yourself. You're okay. Just looking at the Leicester points that Opta have given them. It's woeful. It's really bad. 67% possession West Ham have had. 5 shots, 3 on target. More than double the amount of passes. Their passing accuracy is 81%. Ours is 92%. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much as dominant as you can get, really.
Yeah, I mean, for us, Bowen, Suchek, Ward-Prowse, that's quite nice there from Billy Herring. Bowen is mustard, excellent, well linked together. I think you win wordplay of the day thus far, Billy Herring. Josiah says mustard on scrambled eggs is quite tasty. I mean, I can't see it. As esoteric as I'm willing to go with food. That's over the top. Lord of the Dead is actually to become his own name as he's eating a mouldy sandwich. For no reason. Percy says bovril in your beans. That's wartime. That's rations speaking for you there, Percy. Richard B says I used to put tomato sauce on beans until I was 11. First, it's called ketchup, not sauce, but also that's proving my point. Don't let go of that inner child. Just embrace it. Don't let the world tell you what to do. Real deal pork baby back ribs just about to come out of the oven. Very nice. Very nice.
You don't call it tomato sauce?
I mean, it's ketchup. It's ketchup is what it is. So
I always call it tomato sauce. I know it is ketchup, but I always call it tomato sauce. There's another debate. Is it tomato sauce or is it tomato ketchup? Let us know in the comments.
I mean, it was made in that area of Asia, so that's why it's called ketchup. That's the history of tomato ketchup. And then obviously being British, we just took it and we said, I'll have that. Thank you very much. No, native fellow, it's not this thing anymore. It's ketchup and it's British. It's like we tikka masala that.
Yeah. Dean, this is nice. It's got some kind of cream and apricot thing in it. It's really nice. But yeah, it's expensive. I feel like it's going to burst everywhere. Red sauce, Kevin has said. A couple of people have said red sauce.
I don't, yeah. What do you call mayonnaise? White sauce. What do you call mustard? Yellow sauce.
Mayo.
No, you can't say mayo. You can't say mayo.
Mayo.
It's just mayonnaise. You can't Americanize something that's French to begin with. No. Strongly disagree.
Also, what's the difference between brown sauce and fruit sauce? I never quite got that. You only have HP fruit sauce. I
think it would have dates in it, whereas HP brown sauce is just molasses, but not dates. That's my belief about that.
Saucy chat today.
Yeah, this isn't the saucy chat that people were. I mean, this is crazy now. Mayonnaise on beans on toast? No.
Creamy beans.
Yeah. Mayonnaise? No. That's silly.
That's wrong.
Come on. Ketchup? Yes. Mayonnaise is going to fight with it. Don't understand that. Beans with Liam Perry. Yeah, I mean, I love Worcester sauce. You get that tang. Worcester sauce opened my eyes to flavour in the early 90s when I grew up on a terrible 80s diet. Ooh. I don't remember what I ate in the 80s. I literally don't know. In the 90s, pasta came in. Great. Spaghetti bolognese for dinner, finally. Chili with rice. You've actually eaten food. In the 80s, what the hell did we eat? I have no idea.
Stew. I remember having stew and dumplings a lot.
Trifle every day.
Tripe. Oh, tell me another snack I did get, which I'm going to grab and show you, Nick. I haven't opened it yet.
I mean, GP, come on, that's silly. Yeah, tomato sauces for pasta, correct. Passata.
And I wonder if anybody's tried these, because I haven't tried them yet. I've got a friend coming over the weekend who hates hot food. So I've got the extreme chili ghost crisps. Anyone tried them?
No, I mean, they're going to be the thing. They're going to be like, the first bite is going to be absolutely fine. And then after about 10, 15 seconds, it's going to be an absolute rocket.
Extreme chili pork crackling, that is. I don't know if I should try one now.
This is the ketchup on a mixed. I can't emphasize. It's a small amount. I would say it's a second squirt, and then it mixes in, and then that vinegaryness that lifts the whole thing. Mike Sullis says, "Get your friends some milk."
I'll tell you what. If Bowen scores again and I win my bet, I'll have one. I'll do it.
80s liver and onions.
Oh, yeah, liver and bacon. I used to have that quite a bit, I do remember. I hate liver.
I don't remember anything from the 80s. I was supposed to get past what I was saying about bolognese. It's fair enough. It's absolutely fair. Gonzo likes a hot mayo squirt, says Shamrock Dan from Creamy Beans. What's that one? Cheesy peas. If you like cheese.
I like peas. That's the north-south divide, isn't it? Having gravy on chips. Curry sauce is the best.
Spaghetti and ketchup. Cockles and mussels on a Saturday night.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, Worcester sauce on cheese. Fantastic.
Whelks. I love whelks as well.
Can we talk West Ham? Says Billy Herring.
Talking seafood and herring pops up. Vinegar
strokes and squirts and saucy talk.
Yeah. Let's get back to the game. It's a weird one because it's 2-0, but there wasn't really much to talk about in the game. Like I can't remember that. It was just passive, passive. Leicester are crap. Passive, passive. Leicester are crap. That's kind of the pattern of. It's like the two-step football game.
It was. That's why it wasn't our fault that we were so boring. I mean, really, we definitely need Ferguson. We just need a striker. I mean, Ferguson must be either just licking his lips or just itchy, or he's desperate to go onto that pitch against this Leicester defence, who don't want to be there. Gravy on chips, yeah, absolutely. Gravy on chips is a lovely.
I do like,
lovely thing.
Curry sauce is better, but gravy on chips is nice.
Bowen's goal. Bowen's goal confirmed as an own goal.
Oh, for God's sake!
What has the world come to?
Typical.
If Paddy Power will still pay out because they had it marked down. Oh God, now they don't. Shite. Okay, Paddy Power now. So the Bowen now needs to score again, and we need to either. Paddy Power, Kudus anytime goal scorer 5-1. Alvarez to be shown a card 6-1. Correct scores. West Ham 5-0 is 25-1. 5-1 is 50-1. That's not bad.
That ain't bad, is it?
Against this team. 4-0, 8-1. 4-1, 14-1. So a couple of quid on 5-0 and a couple of quid on 5-1. I mean, it's just stupidly ambitious at this point, but why not?
The teams are coming out. I don't think there's any changes, certainly not for West Ham that I can see.
Oh, yeah, probably because there's no changes. The odds have gone 5-0, 33-1. 4-0 still 8-1. 4-1 has gone up to 16-1. Not bad. Could have 6-0, 150-1. I mean, that is nonsense, but yep. Second half kicked off. Leicester player lying on the floor, squealing.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I know obviously we would have got a lot of our Arsenal hatred out on the last watch along and when you were at the game, but watching Forest Arsenal just brought back more Arsenal hatred when, like, everyone in the chat with us, we've all played football at some point before. At any point in our lives, have we ever squealed? Have we ever yelped in screaming pain? Ah! Let alone just lying on the floor. I think one of the worst ones might have been in the first half when I think it was their player Timber pretended he got fouled, did the complete lying on the floor, absolutely not moving an inch, holding his leg. It wasn't given. He looked around, got up, hopped 3 times, and then recovered. And then Trossard was doing it all game as well.
Oh, he always does it. And the thing is, as well, they were, again, being at the game, the amount, like when we did it, they kicked off so bad. I was like, this is what you do every week. This is Arsenal's game plan. So it's brilliant. It's just brilliant to sit there and amongst it, just hear them all moan. Oh, it was amazing.
Henry's gone for a little sing-song. Mark says 4-0. Dave would love to see Guilherme. Yes. Not in the 82nd minute. Why not? I mean, give Kudus can have another 15-20 and then just put Guilherme on for pace.
Kudus hasn't done anything really, has he, in this one? I haven't seen him.
No, I mean, he was there for the Souček goal. So he might feel a bit unfortunate he didn't get that. Food talk, make half-time flyby. Well, that reminds me, I've got to go and issue instructions to small people.
That time of night, yeah, bedtime, kids. So it's Kudus having Wan-Bissaka having a bit of a run. A little bit sidewards, but they just pen back. Leicester just don't seem interested in trying to go for a win. It's weird. I don't know how Rude's got on playing. You think as an attacker, he'd just want to go for it a bit more, but just not having it at all. So easy for West Ham, which we like. Lord of the Dead, where's Evan Ferguson? We need to flatten these foxes, which are just oversized rats. Harsh. Dave says he'd love to see Guillermo given 30 minutes. Yeah, I mean, I would, definitely. At least 30 minutes. He hasn't looked bad when he's been on, but doesn't seem to get an opportunity. Free kick Leicester.
Oh, yes.
All done and dusted.
Bit of milk in the old European tour. Cup.
Dean asked, did you all see the news about the Spanish FA going for City today? No. Did you see that, Nick?
I saw the first seconds of that. I saw Sky Sports saying it was happening, but I had no idea why they were claiming for it to happen. And this game is quite boring, so I could just read out the news at this point. As West Ham kind of attack, but Kudus has the ball. He's attacking. We've only got 3 players forward. No easy options, so he comes back. We're in decent position. We can just.
I can't bring the comments out, unfortunately. But Top Nana says, "Bring on Mavro. At least there'll be some excitement."
Yeah. We've gone back to passing around. I thought something was on there. The Liga president Javier Tebas says Spanish League has filed a legal complaint to the EU Commission alleging that Man City has breached EU competition law. It was filed in 2023. Okay. Foreign subs. I mean, it's thrilling news. It's linked to foreign subsidies regulation, so we're all up on that.
Oh,
if you're
yeah.
not up on your foreign subsidies regulation, good old FSR, as we call it in my home. The regulation concerns foreign subsidies granted by non-EU states to companies engaged in economic activities within the internal market. So,
I didn't think anything could be more boring than this game. But you have proved me wrong. So,
but they've received foreign subsidies from the United Arab Emirates, which is bad and it's unfair. Blah blah blah. Something. I mean, yeah.
Slow news day, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I just can't believe how bad Leicester are. I don't just mean defensively. I mean, like, they're not pressing from the front. They're just not doing anything. Weird.
Well, like I said,
they're
they're done for. They're just
only 5 points off. They're 5 points off a safety. It's not massive, is it?
Is that only 5?
Sure, I'm sure it's 5 points. It's them like behind Wolves, isn't it? I think I haven't got the league in front of me.
Let's have a look. Yeah, it is only 5. I imagine they feel it's a lot more than that, and Wolves are actually playing okay.
I mean, they've got better players, but you just got to go for it, haven't you? You've got to go for this. You know, a team that's 17th, you should be attacking them.
I think if they stayed up, yeah, their players just don't care. You know, you're just watching the problem with modern football today. The players couldn't possibly care less because they probably think if they're staying up, they'll just get sold on somewhere anyway. That's you know, they can see the way Everton and Wolves are playing. Everton and Wolves are likely to get results from now to the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only those 4, and it's only the 4 there that can do anything. Someone posed a good question there. Well, Paul says, cash in on Kudus in the summer. Do you think we should?
It's too difficult to get rid of that quality. I don't think Potter will. I mean, seeing him in training, I don't think he will. And it's not like we're in dire financial straits, so we must. You know, it's a different situation than we've been in 20, 25 years ago, where that kind of offer comes up and you have to take it. I think if we get like the 5 players that you mentioned that are out of contract, get them off the books, plus just others that can go as well. Obviously, you didn't mention Rodriguez because he's probably got another year, hasn't he? So you've still got him. Probably Paqueta. I'd sell Paqueta anyway. I don't know if Potter will, because I think Potter believes in himself as a coach that he's going to get something out of Paqueta. I don't think so. I just don't think he has the consistency mentally for the Premier League. I don't think he turns up enough. So I'd sell him and try and just get the wage bill down.
And out of the teams that are going to be relegated, obviously, probably we're talking Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton. Are there any of those players that you would take? Any of them that we should go for?
Well, so we've got that Harwood Bellis he's come up in the rumour mill from Southampton, and he obviously got that call up to England and scored against whoever that team was that we scored against. I can't remember, Macedonia or someone, one of those teams. So you get called up, then you must be decent. But apart from that, no one's
the Ipswich striker. He looks quite good.
Delap, yeah, they want.
Yeah, Delap's someone you'd take. But I think there's too many big teams sniffing around him now.
Yeah, they're going to have a bidding war. If Arteta wasn't so arrogant, then he might go in for him. But I don't know if his arrogance is stronger.
I don't know if he's Arsenal quality. Not yet. He hasn't scored that many, has he?
I think if the setup is right, I think he could be. I think he's better than, for example, like Man U's Højlund, who's having a terrible season because he is terrible. But last season, he his goal tally itself was okay. So I think if you're decent enough playing for a good team, then the chances will come. Then all you have to do is be a finisher, and I think that Delap has proven he is.
Well one back. Yeah, we're not testing their keeper very much.
I think West Ham just want a clean sheet tonight. Yeah, want a clean sheet of points being saved. Genuine question: why did they appoint Rude? Yeah, I think the owners probably just fell for the ex-Man U, and his games with Man U were better than the people before and subsequently after him. Brian Casey's still talking about Zanzibar.
Yeah, Dean, actually, to be fair, I think if they haven't already signed that agreement with Amorim, he probably would have stayed on longer because he done well, didn't he? He'd actually done well in a very short time, but so short that you couldn't really judge him on it.
Like Tottenham, I keep bringing up the Man City away goal. There was the Brentford away goal last season, overhead kicks, decent goals against Newcastle at home, Man U at home, Wolves at home. In the Europa League, a couple of good goals. Oh yeah, Hudson Ipswich. That's actually a good one. I've forgotten about him. He's a really good player. But I think he's a local Ipswich player, isn't he? So I don't know if he leave, but definitely a good player. Also, I don't know if we've got room for him unless we did cash in on Kudus and get him in instead.
Money talks, doesn't it? I think anyone would leave Ipswich if the price was right.
Yeah. Three lines. So they've got £40 bone goal assist, for an assist on that goal.
No.
You just finished by saying, I want confirmation, please, anyone.
Anyone work for Bet365 in here?
I don't think you can assist an own goal.
I don't know why though. If you shoot, I mean
it's not purposeful, is it? I think that's an assist. You assist someone, you help them, support them.
He assisted the defender.
I've assisted his own goal.
Yeah.
On Paddy Power it hasn't come up, but still, 40 minutes to go in this game. Possession's all West Ham. We're just knocking it around calmly, which is good because we're 2-0 up.
Oh, Nick's thrown a grenade in the comments. Let me put that one up.
Pineapple on a pizza. It's the old classic. I'd say no, but I'm not as against it as I am mayonnaise on baked beans. If you had put pineapple on a pizza and that was what they served me at a restaurant and I wasn't paying for it, I'd definitely eat it.
When we was kids, when we had beans, we used to put soy sauce in them and call them Chinese beans. And they're nice. I quite like it. I still do it now sometimes.
It could work. Soy sauce and eggs works.
Soy sauce rather than vinegar. I don't like vinegar on chips, so I have soy sauce on them. That's a weird one.
I love vinegar on chips.
Well, no.
I love it. Talking of vinegar and soy sauce, to eat vinegar in China is a metaphor for being jealous. So there you go. Little factoid. Pineapple on pizza. I mean, it's still pizza. Like, if the acid does pair with the fat, then. But apart from that, I can understand why an Italian would go absolutely angry if you try to have it in front of one of them.
Lawrence has said there, what's the point of getting Ferguson on loan and don't play him? May as well use and abuse, send him back injured at the end of the season. Don't get me started on not playing Guilherme. Yeah, it is weird. I mean, you may as well. I don't know why we don't chuck him on now. What are we on now? 59 minutes almost. So he's got to be warming up now. Leicester corner. Bring him on after this. Get Ferguson on.
Dean grew up with sugar sandwiches. Now he's got no teeth.
Yeah, actually. Sugar and butter your bread and put sugar on it. We used to do that as well.
Onion vinegar?
Yeah, onion vinegar is better than malt vinegar. Good shout, Jeff. You know onion vinegar?
I mean, I've had the thing that pickled onions are in.
No, that's malt vinegar. It's the white vinegar.
No. Malt vinegar, yes. Malt sweetened. Balsamic vinegar, of course. Ponzu, bit of vinegar in soy sauce. That.
Bloody balsamic.
Leicester making a couple of changes. Still no changes from the West Ham side, even though we're ticking up to 60 minutes right now.
Not seen anyone warming up either.
I've just checked everyone relaxed. They've given me the assist. What betting company did you use? It's quite interesting. So I think Paddy Power is still, unless they clicked the button on yours before it was changed. Interesting. Ricky Beast heading for diabetes.
It's when you put them on Frosties, you know you're in trouble.
Frank Ellis, take Bone and Kudus. 65th minute. Yeah. Yeah, some changes would make sense. One change would make sense at this point, just to change something.
Brushing it up a bit.
Is there a bit, maybe Potter's, proving a bit of a point? If he's thinking, I've started that team that won the last game. We're now 2-0 up. Coasting. So,
Yeah, that's fine. Start them again next week. But you can make subs now. You can afford to do it.
yeah, unless if we're going to do exactly this for Newcastle and he wants to give them more game time or something, I don't know.
Hammer Crow, that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's very
That can't. Must be on a wind up.
It's difficult to accept. I mean, okay, you want something acidic with the cheese, that's fine, but difficult to accept that. I mean, cream is close enough. Butter is close enough. You just have
Paul Sheehan, where do you live? Can you grab that comment?
Paul
Sheehan, 918.
What the fuck even is vinegar? Sheehan sounds like Irish. Maybe they don't call it vinegar there. Maybe you'll learn something. Yeah, gherkins, lovely things.
Wallies. You ever call them Wallies? Big fat ones you get from a chippy. Just me.
Sounds like you're thinking of something else.
No, that's what my dad used to call them. On a couple of Wallies. Maybe it's all about the kids. Still a lot of snooze ball comments and
people are just, this is rage baiting. This is pure modern day rage baiting. No one needs that. That's silly.
Salad cream sandwich, though. Have a salad cream sandwich.
Someone down says, if Foden stays on much longer, he'll get diabetes. You might be starting to get a bit annoyed if you were Ferguson.
Yeah. He just wants to come and prove himself, and you can't. I mean, you can't do that. Sat on the bench, especially when you're watching this and thinking Kudus is doing nothing. Like, just make a change. It's where he starts. It's where I think Potter will start to lose people if it just doesn't get more exciting. That's a good run, though.
Yeah, I mean, camera can't even see anywhere close to the touchline, so you can't even see bench activity, people warming up. People are already saying subs.
Mavropanos, Solo, and Emerson. No.
I mean, I'm coming up 64 minutes at this point.
Yeah, I'm 63.0. 63.10. Someone said they wanted Mavropanos on for a bit of entertainment, so. But weird though, if that's the truth.
I think maybe people thought that very Epic's comment was true, and that just kicked off anger. But
I mean, I don't mind Soler coming on. I don't think that's a bad.
I'm watching it on this like. That means I'm over 30 seconds behind. What is everyone else watching it on? And I don't mean when I say this, because when I say this, there's a delay from the software getting to YouTube for about 20 seconds or something. But that is...
It's weird. It does make a difference what device you're on as well. Because when I find I watch it on the laptop, it's quicker than the TV. Which I don't understand.
Yeah.
I need the laptop for this, so it doesn't work.
Oh, well. Seems my 6-0 isn't going to happen then.
It is Mavropanos, Soler, Emerson. That is true. Who's off then? Alvarez. Yeah, fair enough. He hasn't done much.
I mean, people are moaning it's 3 points. We
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of 3 points this season.
When would you go home happy with that? Though I a win's a win, I get it, but drab, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. I
think this is the thing, though. I still see football as an entertainment game, and many people see it as it's all about the points. I don't think it is. It wasn't like that when growing up. I don't think it wasn't like that. That's not the West Ham way, as I remember growing up. I know we didn't get that many points back then, but we went for it. We always went for it. And we can go for it against Leicester. Surely you can go for it against this lot. Tadebo's done well, but he didn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, I would just guess that Potter's looking at the results again. Yeah, it's a bit boring, but with the games we've got coming up, and Potter hasn't been able to. We still haven't strung wins together. You know, what did he have? Starting with a cup game against Villa away, lose something like, was it lose, win, draw if the next game was Villa, then lose against Palace, beat someone, can't remember who at this point, but that was his results, right? I don't think he's had 2 wins in a row. So going into March, Newcastle at home before they've got a cup game, Everton, getting those wins on the board would be excellent. And then again, we're going to be against. I'll go out with fixtures now. We're going to be up against a Liverpool team that's won the league, and Tottenham and Southampton. So Potter may be looking at. Obviously, we've got Newcastle, Everton, then Wolves away, Bournemouth home, Liverpool away, but they'll have won the league by that point, and they'll obviously still be in the Champions League. Southampton at home, Brighton away, Tottenham at home, Man U away, Forest at home, Ipswich away. So he may be looking at all of those games as winnable if we set up a certain way, play a certain way, know what we're doing. Each player knows what they're doing individually. So it kind of makes sense if he's thinking somehow if we could go on this amazing winning run and then take that into the summer.
Why bother getting Ferguson in then?
Insurance.
How was everyone
what if someone got injured? What if Bowen got injured again? I mean, yeah, like I see the point. Ferguson on, WHULEI on, having them on the pitch, attacking, scoring more goals, wonderful. But it wouldn't,
Metaversal Threat says Areola nearly scored. Yeah, I see that. He kind of wasn't even looking at the ball and he backheeled it in. Ponzi says booing Mavropanos coming on is disgraceful. I'm not sure were they booing Mavropanos or booing the sub? Like, don't need him. Just didn't need. Defense is just super comfortable today.
Daz is still baked beans, cottage cheese, salad cream, yolk and egg. No, come on. That's just talking nonsense now.
Well, it's too much effort, firstly. The whole point of baked beans is it's easy.
Mark's been impressed with Souček. It's all a bit professional, isn't it, says Mark.
Can't be talking about us.
No. A real deal is a real fan or a rail fan? A real fan must be. We should be smashing.
Ever since those subs, though, it's been all Leicester.
Yeah.
I mean, not they've done anything, but they've had the ball, they've had shots, corners.
Yeah. Dave brings up basically the same point that you make. Woot face fascinates me. I know it's not pronounced woot face. Vote? I don't know.
Yeah, I think someone said it earlier that they're trying to get Kudos not to lose the ball and just pass it more. So he loses that attacking. I mean, he lost it again. But he loses that key strength that he has. And he doesn't look himself. He looks a shadow of the player.
Mavropanos fouled someone. Excuse the base, I want them to score. It might wake up our team a bit. That wasn't a foul, that was a collision. Complain that we need subs, make subs still complain. I mean, in fairness, the wanted subs were very clear.
Like Dave's comment.
Ferguson, yeah. Complain, all this fan base does. We're allowed to complain. We are allowed to complain. Complaining is fun. Makes you feel good. Wow, he's coming on. Oh, okay, Ferguson is coming on. There you go. All the people complaining about other people complaining can now stop complaining because they'll stop complaining and we'll be one happy family of cheerful supporters when Ferguson scores 4 goals in the next 25 minutes.
There's never a foul by Mavropanos. The player ran into him.
Yeah, it was a complete collision.
Yeah. Did you see Dave Ahern's comment there? I do like that one.
Where is it? I think he's talking about your dads at that point. But uncalled for, Dave.
He's cheap.
Can't wait for the happy bus ride. I think criticising something's rather put out. That sub shouldn't have been made. Watch everyone complain about Ferguson. No, we won't. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Yeah, having an opinion is still allowed on Hannah's chat. The bastion for free speech and they them energy. Still hasn't come on. Still waiting. We can complain. We can complain about anything. Oh, Kudus is coming off. Yeah. I am on the fence about Kudus. I mean, I believe he has the talent. I know some people say, aren't even sure about that. I absolutely believe he does.
I don't even mind like attacking players losing the ball, really, because They're the ones, they're going to lose the ball more because they're the ones that are doing the trickier stuff. But we just does it a lot, like a lot, more often than not. It's just doesn't really have the end product at
If
the
there
moment.
is a replacement, like someone I can't remember who now mentioned the Hutchinson at Ipswich.
For Ipswich. Yeah.
Players like that who they've at least got the energy level at all times. I mean, we've still got Somerville. I keep forgetting him, and his hamstring is a bit of a concern. But we do have him if you know, and even if Potts comes back, you still think if we're going to be ambitious and go for top 6 midfielder, like a quality midfielder, I have no idea who. I couldn't name someone right now. But cashing in on Kudus and spending all of that money on the right midfielder.
Yeah.
As Vardy pretends that he's hurt, but we all know Jamie Vardy absolutely takes the piss, and I don't really think he's hurt.
Yeah, George Earth is another one as well.
Yeah.
Could be a good kick on. There's a striker there, and I'm trying to think of his name. I'm going to have to look it up.
Yeah, if anyone in the chat, if anyone's got any names of, the midfielder that you would want, if we had 80 million plus and we could buy someone and they would come to us, who is that person?
Probably no, it doesn't get you stupid. I mean, you look at the likes of, you said it earlier, the Man U striker. It doesn't get you much these days, does it?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is it is easy to waste. But then timing's everything. If you could look in the Championship, if you look at like who's coming through for England under 21, I mean, we've mentioned that Joe Bellingham before, but unless he's holding out for something else.
I'm surprised I'm surprised like when someone signed you, Sunderland went into Birmingham and got him and no one else did. A bit weird. I thought someone else, like a bigger team, would go in for him just on the chance. I mean, I don't think they got him for much money, did they?
Yeah. Obviously, Potter's Macaulay. This should be his job. He should know someone. If he was given enough money from the sale of one player. Game's picked up a bit now. We've obviously got. Oh, I say we've got a bit better, and then Soler makes a terrible pass. Bowen comes and cleans up.
Shamrock Dan says, get Grealish from City. I'd love Grealish from City, but I don't think he'd make the move.
Yeah, he's a funny one. I don't think he'd move. I don't think he'd move away from his salary. I know that Man City put out a list of players that allegedly have been told they can leave, but you just don't know. Does he want to get back to actually playing football rather than just being, touch and pass at City? Or is he happy just having a trophy and lots of money? Which doesn't sound bad. So
no, it doesn't sound bad, does it?
And then obviously the Angel Gomez thing comes up a lot, but everyone else is going to go in for him anyway. And they cannot, I'm sure Champions League, someone with Champions League football is also going to go in for him. Yeah, Flow to Flow mentions Eze. He's been a bit off the ball though.
I don't think he's been the same since the other dude went to Germany.
Yeah, Olise.
Yeah, I think the two of them really good interchanging, but can't do it on his own. I mean, they haven't got many of those. You think go through Palace, maybe Mateta. Apart from that, they haven't got much there that you take as West Ham, I think.
Yeah, and although Eze hasn't had many minutes for England, but whenever he's come on the pitch, he's basically just shot off target a few times. That's all he's done. He hasn't contributed anything. But yeah, I still don't know. Unless we miracle Angel Gomez, I don't know who the right midfielder is. Unless Potts does just come back and step up another level.
Yeah, so far in this game, there's been 4 shots on target. It's not been, and two Leicester shots were weak as. Very, very comfortable.
West Island says get Julian Alvarez. Which one is he?
Is it the ex-City one, wasn't he?
The striker.
Don't know where he went.
Oh yeah, Atletico. Yeah,
I know Conor Gallagher as well. Like, you're not going to get him from there anymore.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, not unless something happens. Conor Gallagher would probably be. He's good.
He's a worker.
Yeah, he's not exciting. Like, yes, we've signed him, but yeah, if you mention him.
All we need is another Payet, but not, someone a bit more loyalty. Someone who can get us off our feet, like Di Canio. Those Di Canio types. There's got to be a Di Canio gem out there somewhere. An absolute nutter.
Yeah, I mean, Earthy's got a lot of personality about him. He was winding up when he got those 2 goals for Bristol against whoever it was, Borough or someone. He was winding them up a bit. So I think he's got the right personality.
Yeah, Dean, I don't think we'll get Cole Palmer now. If Paqueta had gone to City, if he hadn't been, if he hadn't have bought, done dodgy betting, we could have had Cole Palmer.
Western Swing now is living in the 70s. I suppose I don't mind being comfortably ahead. I'll be honest with you. I'm quite happy with this game. In the context of where it is, and we're breaking now, maybe we'll get a third. In the context of where it is, who we're playing, Bowen, pass, Ferguson. Oh, how's he missed that? Oh, God. He's not going to get an easier chance than that. That was a weird one. He just had too much time. He had so much time. He didn't know what to do.
Oh, I'm about 20 seconds behind you, so I'm waiting for it now.
Unbelievable. You won't believe it won't go in 20 seconds later. He just so much time. He just was like, what the hell's going on? Is this a football game? He'll look back at that. That's one even at veterans, amateur, terrible football. You do that and that, you won't be able to sleep at night.
It must be more than 30 seconds behind. I was way behind.
I'm on 80-30 now.
Yeah, I'm 1 minute behind.
I mean, that should have been 3. So that would have been 3-0 comfortable win right there. He had so much
touch. Just do it first time.
He could have stopped. He could have right-footed it. He could have left-footed it either side of the keeper. He could have just kept walking forwards with it and shot from 6 yards. Weird.
Would Kudus have scored it?
Probably, yeah. Incredible.
Rusty, I think is the term. We'll let him off that. Now, if he'd have been on a bit earlier, he'd have been warmed up.
Weird. This is weird having that much time.
This is easily our most comfortable game of the season. That's the good thing.
Yeah. That Payet team got fewer points than the team that took us into Europe. Is Souček better than Payet?
Someone's had a few beers.
Should have started with Ferguson. Maybe we can still win 3. Yeah, I mean, there's still 10, 15 minutes left against a team who would have given up.
Yeah.
You need some creamy beans. Oh, Kenny's with you on the whole Ramsdale loving. Ramsdale love fest.
Yeah, definitely.
The only thing is that people keep saying, oh, he's so unlucky. He's been relegated with 3 clubs. He's the common denominator.
I think he's got a bad agent. He must have a bad agent. So now this would be a good move for you.
God, they've shown this replay again. Ferguson can't believe this. He was onside 1, 2, 3 tackled. Oh, he just had, oh, God. I mean, he had time, but I don't know why he took another touch.
Yeah, he didn't need that touch, did he?
Really weird.
Just hit it.
Yeah, we brought Ferguson in to get all the minutes Guilherme was getting. I think we've still got one sub left, haven't we? I think that's 4.
Yep.
Yeah, right. We did realise it was a joke. We were with you on that one. Once we reach 40, Dave later says, lone players are not signing up, helping down the player, not getting any drop young players get a chance. Yeah, the young players changes everything. You have 3 or 4 academy players in a team, and it changes a lot about the crowd and how receptive they are. Okay, West Ham win a free kick on the halfway line, 84 minutes. Let's go.
Prowse going to hit his first free kick. Yeah, it wasn't a good touch from Ferguson, was it? Just a bad first touch.
It was weird. I just think he was in disbelief at the amount of time he had.
It's saying that Leicester have had 9 attempts at goal. We've only had 7.
I haven't been paying attention. Exactly what Moyes did against Sheffield United 2 years ago, was it? I mean, it should be 3. You know, that chance should have been slotted home. We'd be 3-0 up.
We'll just call it 3, shall we?
Yeah.
3-0 up.
Basically 3-0 up against a relegated team. Nice and easy. No injuries. Build up for Newcastle at home. The mighty March doubleheader. 2 games in 5 days. 4 wins in a row. As Leicester slowly pass the ball around the football pitch.
Kenny says Josh Ajala looks promising. Yeah, there are a few that look promising. Jeff said he would happily take boring 2-0 wins for the rest of the season. I don't know, if you had every game like this, if you had this every game of the season,
then you'd win the league. So
not for the rest of the season.
I take it.
What, for the rest of the season?
Yes.
Wouldn't win the league unless everyone else lost.
Yeah, but they'd be victories, right? It would be good. It would be nice. It would feel nice. We don't have many victories, and we haven't had many victories in, years now.
I don't know. Do you know? I say my boy's 13, so he plays football. When you go and watch him, when you go watch a kid's football game, and it's just one team's way better than the other, and it's just one-way traffic all the time. It's not that entertaining. There's a bit more jeopardy in it. I like when you win 2-1 and it's a lot closer and there's battles and cards. There's a bit of fight in it. There's no fight in this game. I find it a bit dull. So no, I'd prefer the battling games.
As an ideal, but still, I'm just starved of victory. It's like all the food talk. It's just you need some form. You need to be full first before you can dream about the flavour. So, this season's been abysmal. Last season was abysmal. So that's a very, very, very long time to see bad results and to be beaten by teams that you hate. Obviously, last season it was basically that December was the one good month of the season. So, if it was realistically going to happen, and it meant beating Newcastle and then beating Everton, obviously, is important. I would like us to beat Liverpool because we've just been so soft against them for the last few years. Obviously, Tottenham at home, want to win that. So, just those individual victories. I think this just feels crap because it's against a crap team. So it's like, that would be fun if we could just get 5-0. Why not? But I don't really mind. As well, because we beat Arsenal. If we hadn't have beaten Arsenal, then it would be different. Then it would be like, where are we? Where's the season going? We know. Let's say we lost to Arsenal, or whatever, and now this is happening. But you put the results together. They become more than the sum of their parts, is where I'm going. Why do some fans try to polish a turd? Because if a turd exists, I would rather have a well-formed, solid, golden brown excrement than diarrhea. I think that's what I'm saying.
Go for a messy half a loo roll job. Yeah, a bit more excitement.
Yeah, would you rather battle through and have victory against your turd, or for it to just, ghost itself out?
It's sunk to new lows today.
"88 minutes coming up to 89. Leicester are trying to attack.
WHULEI time.
Yep. Fine example. Mentions
Who's coming on there?
Winning is good for league.
Irving on. No WHULEI.
DNT says turd hunter over here. I'd rather have a shave shower and early night. Dean's letting us know about his particular bowel movements.
Ghost poo, you call that, didn't you?
And I think I remember a statement. Well, 2 wins in a row. Come on.
Yeah, we're coming for Liverpool.
Gracie Lee says, come on, your own, question mark, question mark.
Come on, you Iros.
Ferguson will come good. Take it easy.
Yeah, he will.
I think he probably will, but that chance was still abysmal. Don't remember doing anything wrong. Yeah, I think everyone's noticing that his Suchek came off. Did Guilherme came on? I saw it happening. I wasn't
Irving, come on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's Guilherme's minutes gone then. Irving getting
a bit
minutes
of time.
for no reason. See, not a criticism, but it is a bit odd. If you are already winning this game, why would you not give Irving more? Like 10, 15, 20, I don't know. Emerson,
yeah, I think
terrible cross.
Win's a win. I think the only criticism is I think the 3 subs were a bit strange. I think they were weird. Like we're under no pressure at the back, and we're not really doing much up top. I think he changed he made the wrong subs. But he was never going to damage us because we're playing Leicester, and Leicester are awful. Yeah. But I just would have liked to see a bit more excitement. That's kind of my only criticism of today, I think.
I basically don't have any criticism. Deal says you're not entertained. I mean, we really needed to win this game very much, and we have done. And again, if that scoreline comes up 3-0, fair enough. Oh God, I'm going to let my dog out.
You can't really say that either keeper's been particularly troubled. Like even with the goals, they were scrappy. So it's not as if anything's been hit with any quality. So 2 scrappy goals, just a boring 3 points. I think this one. I think they'd like to sum it up. I'd say this is a boring 3 points, and I know that's sounded like a miserable old git, but yeah, it's been a weird one. I mean, I'd hate to be a Leicester fan. Travelling back after watching that, you must be livid.
Yeah, you'd be pissed off. Sharon will be paying no consequences, but I mean, football's always going to be like this. Like sometimes, even if a team's doing well. I mean, let's say Liverpool this season, they've had boring home victories. Obviously, they've coupled it with other things on the side of that. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine with it. I would give basically everyone on the pitch 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
because we won 2-0, and that was good. It was just boring. That's fine. It's just a wet night in February against Leicester at home.
Dog's enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, she's going mental because she knows that I'm in the middle of something.
Always the way.
She's got a mentality like a child, so she's doing this for attention. Yep, Turbo Gig Woof, speaking of Woofs. Control well, a bit boring to watch, 3 points still. Journey's home won't be so glum tonight. Yeah. I wasn't there to watch it. Yeah. I think we're all glad that when full-time whistle goes, we will turn off the device. And that is the full-time whistle. Dog wants
And there we have it.
There we have it. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to let the dog in. And we'll see you for the epic March doubleheader on the 10th and 15th.
We'll see you there.